Top teams in 6A in Oklahoma and Stillwater, Oklahoma. Also lost to Holcomb and then lost on Saturday afternoon in their 5th place game against Paul Husk, Oklahoma, 55-35, as they're also 1-3 on the year. We'll come back 3 minutes. We'll have pregame comments with head coach Amy Felker as Scott City and Cimarron set to do battle here.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
BBN is supported by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, The Original Grande, Bullertson Family Dentistry, Volgamore Family Farms, Western State Bank, Wood River Energy, Scott Community Foundation, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services,
First National Bank of Scott City. One of the few places left that you could call today and speak with a person and be greeted at the door with a friendly face. Come see us at First National Bank, where you will feel at home. Let us help you with your banking needs, whether it be setting up a checking account, savings account, CD, or getting a loan for that new vehicle or home you have been dreaming about. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Welcome back here to Cimarron High School. Adam Kadavy with you here on Mix 94.5. Your pregame Farm Bureau Financial Services with Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. I'm joined here with Coach.
Into the schedule yet. And these girls are really focused on tonight. They've done a great job of one day at a time and getting business taken care of.
It's a team that has rebounded pretty well this year. What are some things that you're looking to do maybe to kind of counter that once again?
You know, we just got to continue to go to the offensive boards. The girls are getting a lot of confidence of getting in there and finding the basket and then putting it back once they get those offensive rebounds. We just got to continue that and get that second effort and get that second.
Millions of people operate tractors and heavy equipment every day to help keep America strong and growing. When operating dump trucks or equipment with booms, watch out for overhead electrical lines. Make sure there's adequate clearance because coming in contact with those lines could result in a tragedy. For more safety information, visit weci.net and click on the Safety tab. An important safety message brought to you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
The Christmas Village is back in full display at Spud's Hunting and Fishing Supplies in Scott City. This year's Village is back and is bigger and better than ever. While you're coming in to see the Christmas Village, check out the great gift items. View their lineup of stocked ammo, hunting, and fishing supplies. Inside Spud's is a lasering service where they can laser about anything including glass, wood, and metal. They also have custom-made signs on display throughout the store. Check out the Christmas Village and more inside Spud's Hunting Fishing Supplies, 323 South Main Street in Scott City. The Village is open Thursdays 4 to 8, Saturdays 4 to 7, and Sundays 2 to 4.
Protect your bottom line with crop insurance from Farm Bureau Financial Services. Farm Bureau agents Berta Benz and Hugh Benz in Scott City and Leota can help you select the right federal crop and crop hail insurance options for your farming operation. Call Farm Bureau agents Berta Benz and Hugh Benz in Scott City or Leota today to discuss affordable programs, competitive tools, and resources that can benefit your business. Now that's smarter insurance for agriculture. Western Agricultural Insurance Company and Equal Opportunity opportunity provider.
You know, nothing's better than homemade food. That's what you're going to get at Mom and Pop's Burger Stop, located in Scott City. What makes Mom and Pop's Burger Stop so good? They serve fresh burgers and slice up the best homemade pies in town. Don't forget to have a full salad bar, along with weekly specials.
Experts at Turner Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning, your authorized Bryant dealer in Scott City. Find out how you can save on your heating and cooling bill with the Bryant Evolution system. Call Turner Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning at 872-2954 to help save you money on heating costs this winter. Free estimates are available. They thank you for your business and look forward to working with you. Turner Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning, South Highway 83, Scott City, where they do whatever it takes.
Mix 94.5 KSKL Scott City, powered by Wheatland Electric, committed to improving the lives of their members and the community they serve. Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
And we are back here in Cimarron here for Beaver basketball tonight as Scott City gets set to take on the Cimarron Blue Jays here in a doubleheader. Of course, as I mentioned, they'll play twice this year. The first game here tonight, and then the return game will be coming up on the 27th, or make that 26th of January. I said 27th originally, but it's going to be the 26th of the month of January in Scott City. So, but anyways, Lady Beavers and Beaver Boys here on the road here tonight. Of course, they'll be at home on Friday night. It should be a good doubleheader with the Colby Eagles coming to town. So you'll want to come out for that on Friday at 6 and 7:30. And the next Tuesday, Scott City wraps up the pre-Christmas slate on the road at Goodland against the Cowboys and Cowgirls, who are playing some really good basketball right now as well. But up to match up here tonight, the Lady Beavers have lost 7 in a row to Cimarron. In fact, the last time that the Lady Beavers won against Cimarron was right here on this court in March of 2020, March 6th. They beat them 50-31 in the sub-state semifinals, and of course it's been 7 in a row since then in favor of Cimarron. Last year was a sweep by the Blue Jays, 52-44, and in Scott City, and then 57-43 right here. The Lady Blue Jays do lead the series all time against Scott City, 17-9. So this is the 27th meeting all time between these programs. So Scott City trying to change the trend here tonight and get a big victory and get 1-0 league play, but that's not the case. But you get the idea to get the win here and get to 4-1 on the year with some very big tests coming up here for Scott City here, as they got Colby mentioned at home and then Goodland. But so far it's been really good balance across the board for the Lady Beavers, playing 8 or 9 deep there. Erica Felker averaging 14 points a game. Avery Lewis at 8, 7.8 for Megan Trout. Kendall Gentry having a good junior campaign at 9.5 a contest. Just to name a few, and we've seen the resurgence of, or not the resurgence, been the big balance so far for Scott City here in their 23-24 campaign here, as they average 62 points a game and have shot the ball pretty well at 43% clip. And so those have been a couple of positives as well for the Lady Beavers here so far this year, and getting to the foul line 56 times through 4 games and shooting the ball pretty good from 3 at 22% pace. On the other side, Cimarron, they've struggled at times, but that's going to happen when you lose a Division I basketball player who's also a Blue Jay at Creighton, and Michaela Miller getting a few minutes there. Also, Caitlin Sonde from underneath there, and a few other seniors that have that graduated a year ago on a sub-state championship a team for Cimarron. In fact, the last 3 years, Cimarron coming into this year in 21, 22, and 23 were sub-state finalists, twice to Hugoton, and then last year to the Goodland Cowgirls over at Lakin. So it's been a team that's won a lot of games over the last few years. As Austin Stebbins is in his 3rd season here at at Cimarron. He was an assistant for a few years, but he's had a pretty good run here this year, and feels like his team's maybe starting to play a little bit better here, even though the record doesn't show it at 1-3. As they mentioned, they played in a really tough tournament in Alva, Oklahoma at the Alva Shootout last weekend. They used to host their own tournament, but don't know the whole reason, but I guess it just ended after this year. They ended up having a JV tournament here, but they are led this year by Janae Fugit. She averages 10.8 points a game. She's a junior, and she's a really good athlete, a good cross-country, a good 800-meter runner as well for the Cimarron Lady Blue Jays. Tegan Escom averages 8.2 points as well, and you get Jana Wilson, a 5'9 senior, at average 9.8, and those are really four of their big starters there. And then Morgan Escom, a 5'8 senior, averages just under 4 points per contest. So you get those variables in there. Cimarron averaging 36 points a game. They struggled at the foul line at just 48% this year. They're 25% on their threes, but they do turn the ball over a lot. And even though they do average around 27 turnovers a game, so they've really struggled in that department so far this year, but looking to improve upon that here as they move along through the season. They'll have one more game on Friday night. They'll head down to Hugoton to take on the Lady Eagles, and then right out of the gates, it's Goodland, Ulysses, St. John, and then they go to that St. John tournament middle of January. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll come back with we'll take this timeout for now. We'll come back with your starters, keys to the game, and the opening tip after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Go with the proven winner. I'm Michael Trout from State Farm in Scott City. When it comes to auto insurance, we score big with our policyholders. We score on competitive rates, on customer service, and on satisfaction and speedy claim handling. Let us quote your autos today and make you a part of the Trout State Farm team. Call or stop by Michael Trout State Farm and you can be assured of our personal best. Go with the winner, Michael Trout State Farm, Scott City.
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Faroe Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Results. Starting lineups presented by Security State Bank and Scott Cimarron Lady Blue Jays. Those are your starting lineups. Keys of the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. We're going to go with the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with their policyholders. Keys tonight for Scott City. I think it's going to start with rebounding. This is a pretty good rebounding team from Cimarron. They average around 31 rebounds a game, and I think the second key for Scott City is you just do not overlook the Cimarron. Lady Beavers are probably the favorites coming into tonight, but you cannot overlook Cimarron. They are still a pretty good team. Scott City in the road navy blue uniforms, light blue numbers and letters, white trim. Cimarron in their home white tops, the navy blue trim and the lighter blue numbers and letters. As Cimarron wins the top, we're underway. Scott City opens up man-to-man defense, and right off the bat, so we get a quick foul on Erica Felker up high, guarding Wilson, I believe that was. That's our first, already the first foul of the quarter on Scott City. That only took 8 seconds. And inbounded again. Here as it goes to Tegan Escom. The sophomore goes up strong. No backside board to Cheyenne Kramer. Outlet to Avery Lewis. Scott City has numbers. Here's Lewis. She'll take it all the way. Her layup is no good. Rebound. Kendall Gentry with the putback, and Scott City leads it early 2-0. 7:38 to go first quarter. So good starter ready for the Lady Beavers on the putback. Gentry, another offensive board, and Scott City with an early 2-0 advantage. Cimarron misses a shot on the other end. Here's a rebound, but then ripped away by Kinsey Janse. She's getting the start, a 5'8 junior. And then driving in here, a runner, tough runner, no. Rebound. Trout had it, but right in the hands of Wilson. And that shot is good and one. And as I mentioned, one of the keys to the game for Scott City was rebounding, and so far, 2 rebounds on the offensive end, and Cimarron ties us up with 7:10 to go first quarter. And already 2 fouls on Scott City, in the first on Kendall Gentry. Wilson at the line, where she's 46% on, or 44% on the year, leaves that short, and a good rebound by Cheyenne Kramer for Scott City. Lady Beavers have out-rebounded them Cimarron 3-2 early on. First minute of the game, tied at 2. With it is up top, Kendall Gentry. Cimarron in a 2-3 zone. Trout will drive right side, goes around 2, goes up, can't get it to go, but she's headed the line. Shoot 2 on a nice, strong move to the basket that time. And she'll get the foul on Morgan Escom, the 5'8 senior, her first. Cimarron's first foul of the quarter. And I get the idea here, we may see a lot of fouls in this game tonight, just even the first 67 seconds. Trout at the line, 69% on the year. Is off on the first. Scott City as a team, 64%. Cimarron only 48% at the line. We're tied at 2 still. And missed them both. Left that one short, and the rebound to Morgan Escom for Cimarron as they have it tied at 2. 6:45 to work first quarter. Right side up top to Janae Fugit. Fugit off man defense straight away is Escom. Guarded by Trout out high. Now bad pass, and we're going to get a tie-up. It's going to be Scott City basketball. And that'll be turnover number 1 on Cimarron here with 6:37 here in the opening frame.
Goes the way of Scott City.
Lady Beavers and Lady Blue Jays all deadlocked at 2. Both these teams playing pretty much 3 days in a row, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Home opener for Cimarron. Gentry up top. She'll drive into the paint. Goes right side. Wraparound pass. Right corner for Erica Felker. Short on the 3. And the rebound into the hands of Janae Fugit. Here's Cimarron back the other way. Tied at 2. Lady Beavers hit one of their first 3. And transition runner, no. The rebound ripped away by Wilson. And another offensive board here. She'll take it strong. A big shot in. That's correction. Janae Fugit. And it's 4-2 for Cimarron with 6:05 to go first period of play. But the rebounding hurting Scott City here early on. 3 offensive boards for the Blue Jays, and they have an early 4-2 lead. Gentry up top will find it backside a little bit late on the pass as it was deflected out of bounds. It'll still stay Beaver basketball. This is, I mentioned, this is Cimarron's first home game of the year. The first 4 of the games are outside the confines here. Holcomb and then 3 in Alva, Oklahoma. Right corner to Felker. Steps back for a 3. That one is too strong. Backside board. Kendall Gentry for Scott City has it. And the Lady Beavers will reset. She'll run one in the paint. No. Got her own rebound amongst all the trees, and they're going to get a tie-up, though. And the turnover will belong, or the ball will belong to Cimarron on the possession arrow. 4-2 Cimarron, 5:41 here in the first. Scott City, one of their first 5 from the floor. The Blue Jays, 2 of their first 5. Both teams empty at the foul line. Scott City 0-2, Cimarron 0-1, and a whistle. That's going to be a moving screen on Cimarron underneath of the block. I think they're going to get Escom. And they do. That's her second foul. Second team foul is in for the first time. Is going to be Madeline Burkhardt. She's a 5'9 junior. And in is Mackenzie Metzger, the 5'6 junior, replacing Kendall Gentry. So Cimarron with the 4-2 lead, but Scott City with the ball. 5.5 to go in the opening quarter of play. Felker takes in the front court as Cimarron switches up to man defense. Driving in is Lewis. Cut off, needs help, finds Trout. Now we'll go up top to Mackenzie Metzger. She'll penetrate up top to Erica Felker. Left side to Avery Lewis. Turns down the three, quickly guarded by Fugit. Will throw one up, and boy, no foul called. A lot of contact. They let it play through that time. Interesting. Here's Cimarron back the other way with a 4-2 lead. Underneath, shot up, good. It crawls in for Burkhardt. 6-2 for the Blue Jays. 5 minutes to go, first quarter of play. Lady Beavers haven't been able to match the physicality of Cimarron yet, and 6 in a row for the Blue Jays as they're up 6-2 with 4:45 to work first quarter. Lewis, she'll try a Jeep 3 left side. That one's too strong. Rebound into the hands of Cimarron, and they're going to push it. And then ball picked up, though, by Eskim, and she tracks it down, and she travels with it, and that is the third Blue Jay turnover. Gentry back in to replace Cheyenne Kramer for Scott City. Cimarron with a 4-point lead. Scott City with the ball back. They've gone scoreless the last 3 minutes after having the opening points of the night on the Gentry putback after a Scott City miss. Cimarron has owned the glass so far, 8-4. Up top, here's Metzger driving in, kicks it right corner. Open is Kendall Gentry for a triple. Yes! She's got it, her 6th-3 of the year, and the Lady Beavers in the 6-0 Blue Jay run as we near the midway point of the first quarter at 6-5. So Scott City back to within one, needed an answer back that time, and they finally get it almost stripped out of there. And Eskim has to track it down. 4:03 to go first quarter. She'll take it strong, and they're going to get a foul on Cimarron.
Foul on Madeline Burkhardt. That is her first.
That's on Burkhardt, her first. Cimarron Blue Jay third foul of the quarter. An interesting call there with 4:02 to go first quarter. I don't know if she got her with the elbow up top or not, but official had a good view. Scott City with a chance to reclaim the lead. At right elbow, here's Avery Lewis taking the shot. It's a 5-0 run. Lewis with the shot for 2 assists from Mackenzie Metzger. 7-6, 3:48 to go first quarter of play. Lady Beavers back on top after seeing Cimarron score 6 in a row. They've scored 5 of their own. Driving in, here's Wilson. Takes it strong. Blocked by Lewis. Gets the rebound. Kick out down the floor to Kendall Gentry. 2-on-1 numbers. Gentry's going to take this one all the way off the glass. No. Rebound loose, and it's going to be a tie-up. It'll be Cimarron or Scott City ball on the possession arrow. So good look that time, and Scott City will have an opportunity here to add to their 7-6 lead with 3:29 to go. They've hit 2 of the last 3 shots. Nice cut by Trout driving and loses that ball. Now picks it up as she dribbles through that, and she's going to be called for the, or they're going to call a tie-up. It'll be Scott City's first turnover. So Cimarron really collapsing on her. And Gentry, or Trout had really nowhere to go underneath the basket. Too far underneath to put up a shot. Cimarron with the ball, 7-6 Scott City lead as we approach 3:10 to go first quarter. Fast-moving period. Despite a lot of stoppages of play right down the middle. Wilson gets it stripped there at time. Still loose on the floor, and we're going to get a tie-up, and that's going to be Scott City's ball. I think we're on pace for more tie-ups than points here by one side or the other in this first quarter. That's Cimarron's 5th turnover. That comes with 3:05 to go here in the first quarter. Scott City with the ball back and a 7-6 lead as Trout checks out. Kramer back in for the Lady Beavers. So she cuts to in the paint. Right baseline jumper. Avery Lewis knocks it down. Her 4th point. Scott City on a 7-0 run with 2:50 to go first quarter at 9-6. So far, it's been 5 for Gentry and 4 for Lewis in this first quarter. Now driving in, maybe getting away with the walk is Burkhardt. She'll lose it. It was stripped out of there by Scott City to belong with the Blue Jays. With 2:41 here in the opening stanza. Triggering it in will be Madeline Burkhardt, the 5'9 junior, gets it right side to Eskim. Eskim will dribble it. Now a nice cut here by Fugit. It's double team, bounce pass, stolen away, and Scott City with their 6th turnover forced. And their 3rd steal. Here's Mackenzie Metzger trying to get it to Erica Felker, not a clean pass. I think she tried to one-hand bounce pass it there and didn't get a good dribble on it. Scott City with their 2nd turnover. 2:28 here in the opening period. 9-6 for Scott City. Cimarron with the ball. Lady Beavers with the last 7 of the ball game. Cimarron working on a 2.5-minute drought. Nice cut to the basket and catching it, putting it up and scoring it on the left side is Tegan Escom, her first basket. 9-8. That breaks the 7-0 Scott City run. 2:12 to go first quarter. That time she got around Kramer. Going around right side, Gentry in the right corner to Felker. Back to Gentry. They're working around to Metzger. Turns down the triple. Now up top. Here's Gentry. Left corner to Felker. She'll launch a 3 left side. She'll bury a 3 on the left side. Erica with her 10th triple of the year. 12-8. Scott City, 1:53 to go first quarter. And Scott City on a 10-2 run over the last 3 minutes. As Fuga with it up top. Flips it over right side to Jana Wilson. Back up top now to Madeline Burkhart. Burkhart sees an alley, drives in, gets it stripped. And they're going to get a reach-in foul on Scott City with minute 41. Their third of the quarter. And that'll be the second on Gentry.
Second personal foul.
As Megan Trout will check in for Kendall Gentry here with a minute 41 here in the opening frame. Scott City on a 10-2 run over the last 2.5 minutes. They lead it 12-8. Cimarron with the basketball, looking inbound it, and they almost throw it away, and they do. That's turnover number 7. Here's left side with it, Avery Lewis. Lewis will kick it over right side to Felker. Catch it right baseline to Metzger. Drives it, takes it all the way, puts it up and scores it. Nice strong move by Metzger, and it's 14-8 timeout Cimarron. With 1:29 to go first quarter, it is going to be a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break as well. This is Beaver basketball.
And it's supported by Norder Supply, Lone Tree Farms, Pioneer Communications, Beaver Booster Club, White's Food Liner, Scott City Eye Center, Shells, Flowers and More, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologists.
Transform your farm's future with premium hybrids, robust data, and unparalleled expertise from Axis Seed Red Barn. We partner with you to customize a plan featuring industry-leading seed that matches your unique soil and growing conditions, helping you to farm differently and making your operation more profitable. Contact us at www.redbarn.ag to gain access to premium seed proven to outperform. And go Beavers!
Jeep and Ram truck dealer in all of western Kansas, located under the Great American flag in Dodge City.
Scott City on a 12-2 run. Austin Stabbins burns one of his first 5 timeouts, and then Cimarron with an unforced turnover out of the timeout. It's 14-8 Beavers. As I mentioned, over the last 3 minutes, they're on a 12-2 run and lead it here with a minute 20 to go first quarter. 4 of the 6 players that have checked in for the Lady Beavers have scored here in this first quarter. Avery Lewis, who has 4 with the ball, goes to her left. Entry feed in to try to the block. Catches it, goes up. Her shot is blocked out of bounds, and it will still stay with the Beavers. Both teams have 3 fouls in this quarter. 14-8 Scott City advantage up top to Avery Lewis. Catches it, drives to the right lane line, takes it all the way to the rack. Off the glass, no, through some contact. They didn't call it. And the rebound goes to Cimarron as they push it across. And almost to walk that time by Escom here with 55 seconds to go. Right wing to Kinsey Jans. And now up top they work it. Here's Kinley Franken for the first time, a 5'4 sophomore, and a whistle and a foul. That's on Erica Felker. That's going to be her second. Nope, that's going to be on Megan Trout, excuse me. That's her first. Team's 4th. Final foul to give. Frank to the line. Her first trip to the line this year for Cimarron. Here with 49.5 seconds to work first quarter. First and 2 on the way is rattling home and makes it 14-9 Beavers. And for Cimarron, making her season debut is Bailey Beeler, who has not played since her freshman year, and this is their first game eligible, so she's in for the first time this year. Second free throw, rimming in and out. Rebound into the hands of Cheyenne Kramer, already has 3 rebounds for Scott City, who leads it by 5, 40 seconds to work first quarter. With it, Metzger, and now right side from Kramer. Now nice cut to Trout, who lays it up. Oh, just a little strong that time. Had a good look at it, and the rebound underneath for Cimarron. Lady Beavers down or up 5. Cimarron with the ball. 25 seconds to work driving in. Ball deflected and another turnover. That's the 9th in the quarter. Here's Trout down the court. Slows it down a bit. 20 seconds to go up top to Erica Felker to Cheyenne Kramer, who launches a triple. Wide right on that one, and the rebound in. That's going to be a tie-up, and it'll still belong to Cimarron with 13 seconds to go. All that does is, switch the possession hour in Cimarron's favor. That means if there's no tie-up in the last 13 seconds, Scott City's going to get the ball to open the quarter. But we're down to 10 seconds here in the first. With it up top, Frink. She'll stop and pop a three. Rims off. Rebound tipped out by Cimarron. It'll be Scott City's ball with 2.9 here in the opening quarter. Scott City with a 5-point lead in the ball, 14-9. As it'll be Mackenzie Metzger to inbound it, gets it into Avery Lewis, who will just hold it, and that'll be the end of your quarter. Scott City off to a 14-9 lead after one. They used a 12-2 run in the middle of the period to get the lead back, and they lead by 5. We head to the second quarter. Come back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball. Scott City shooting 40%, Cimarron at 50% in the first quarter. Lady Beavers with a 5-point lead in the ball as we begin the second quarter. New entries into the ball game: Piper Fox, Chris Irvin, and Kaylee Felker in for the Lady Beavers. 14-9 your score. Kaylee Felker with it up top. Scott City led by Kendall Gentry with 5 and Avery Lewis with 4. Gentry on the bench with 4 fouls. Got a whistle and a travel, and that'll be Scott City's third turnover of the half. Cimarron had 4 players with 2 points: Tegan Escom, Jana Wilson, Madeline Burkhart, and Janae Fugit, and Kinley Frank with a free throw. Cimarron's ball hasn't been the cleanest of games so far either way here in this first half. And Irvin almost got the pickpocket of Escom up top. Goes right side to Janae Fugit. Fugit gets a screen, goes right. Little pick and roll action, but good rotation on defense by Scott City. Fugit bounces it toward the right short corner to Jana Wilson. Now ripped away by Kaylee Felker. That's Cimarron's 10th turnover. Lady Beavers need to turn these into points, and they're going to get a whistle and a travel. Tough break for Scott City, and Felker got kind of tied up there, and didn't look like she had full control of the ball, but I think that's probably the right call in the end. A tough call, but nonetheless, 4th turnover on Scott City here. They have back-to-back turnovers to open up the quarter. 7:18 to go first half. And now that's going to be a whistle and a push. Scott City's first foul of the quarter. They had 4 fouls in the first. Had to be on Piper Fox. She had the push in the back. Coming off a career-high 10 points is Fox on Saturday against La Junta. Inbound in off the foot of Fox. Can't go for the steal. You use the next best option. Use your foot there unintentionally to knock it out of bounds. Still going to be Blue Jay ball. They'll lob it in, and that'll be into the bleachers and out of bounds. Turnover number 11 on Cimarron, so both teams have not attempted a shot this quarter, and both teams have turned the ball over twice here in the first 46 seconds of the quarter. Scott City with a 5-point lead at 14-9. First minute of the second quarter. And there's a screen for Felker looking to drive in up top. Fox left side to Avery Lewis. Holds it. Now up top to Felker. Out high between the circles to Chris Irvin. Goes left to Avery Lewis. Lewis holds it. Now puts it on the floor a couple of times. Can't find anybody on the man-to-man defense. Now finds a flashing Erica Felker at the top. Between the rings, 6:48, goes left with the dribble. Good tough defense. Here's Kaylee Felker in, trying to get it to Lewis, throwing it through there, and it's thrown away. And Scott City with 3 turnovers in the quarter, 5 in the half. Still at 14-9. Here's Cimarron in transition. Escom goes up strong, layup, tough shot by Escom. She has 4, and it's 14-11. 6:30 to go first half, and Cimarron back to within 3. Scott City needs to start taking advantage of some turnovers from Cimarron. They have 11 in this first half. Felker with it up top, gets a screen up top. I almost thought maybe that was going to be a moving screen. That's going to be a whistle and a travel out of all that. Interesting. Sixth turnover, and back over it goes as Kendall Gentry replaces Erica Felker. Also Piper Fox out, Megan Trout back in. And right now Cimarron with the ball down by 3, first 2 minutes of this second quarter. I don't know if there's a thing tonight here in Cimarron, but I notice a lot of people wearing purple here for the Blue Jays. Now driving, and that's going to be a travel on Janae Fugit, and that's Cimarron's 12th of the half. So Scott City up by 3 with the ball back. They have not scored in over 3.5 minutes. 5:55 to go second quarter, 14-11. Cimarron scored just 3 points after the Lady Beavers built a 6-point edge. Up top now, screen for Gentry, trying to feed it in, but can't. Goes right out high to Irvin. Now trying to get it to Trout, who tracks it down, back out high to Irvin. Nice cut. Here's Lewis splitting the defenders and putting it up and scoring it. She has a half a dozen. 16-11, 5:37 to go first half. Good ball movement that time on that possession by the Lady Beavers. And now driving in, here's Escom, and it's on a reach-in foul. That'll be a foul on the floor. That'll be the first on Chris Irvin. Scott City's second of the quarter. Cimarron yet to be whistled for a foul as Erica Felker and Mackenzie Metzger check back in. Kaylee Felker and Carissa Irvin check out. 16-11, Scott City leads Cimarron ball. Lady Beavers going to a 2-3 in the paint. Here's Wilson, throws one up and gets the bounce. She has, Jana Wilson makes it 16-13 with 5:24 to go first half. She has 4 in the game. Her and Tegan Escom lead them with 4 points each, and Cimarron back to within 3. Up top, Megan Trout with 5:15 to go second quarter, off the screen to Felker. She'll try a right wing triple. She will not get it to go. Tipped around into the hands of Avery Lewis with the offensive board. And now to Gentry, back to Metzger. She'll try a 3. She will be strong on that one as well. And the rebound to Jana Wilson for Cimarron. Cimarron with the ball down, 3 under 5 to go first half. A couple of good looks. Wilson, or correction, that's Fugit with it. Ball underneath. And here's a pull-up shot, partially blocked by Trout, but the rebound and the foot behind the back for Wilson is good for 2, and it's 16-15. Timeout on the floor for Scott City. For the Blue Jays, excuse me, a 4:47 to go first half. It is a full, we'll take a 1-minute break as well. This is Beaver basketball.
Have this amazing way of making a positive impact in our community, whether it's helping children, boosting local economies, or creating role models. That's our goal at American Implement, too. We believe in being a part of the communities we serve by just being a good neighbor. Thanks for being ours.
BBN is brought to you by HRC Feed Yards, J&R, Next Tech Wireless, Red Barn Enterprises, S&T Communications, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank, Turner Sheet Metal. For
Best time to save. Don't miss out. Stop by United or visit getunited.com/500back today. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Cimarron has outscored Scott City 6-2 in the second quarter, and they're 2 within 1. Nice cut by Metzger. Power dribble now needs help. Finds Lewis. Had high to Kendall Gentry. 4:35 to work first half. Scott City's lead is down to 1 at 16-15, and Cimarron will knock the ball out of bounds. The Lady Beavers really struggling from the field here in this second quarter. They have 3 turnovers in this period and only 2 points to show for, and that belongs to Avery Lewis, who has a team high 6. And it goes to Trout, backing away in, up and under move, lays it up on the right side, and she's on the board. 18-15, good footwork that time by Trout. 4:20 to go first half, and Lady Beavers break the brief 4-0 Cimarron Blue Jay run. Now with it, Wilson sees an alley, has to save it in place. She lost the dribble. It was poked away briefly by Scott City, and a turnover lead pass. Here's Metzger right side. Her layup is crawling in, and 4 in a row for Scott City as they lead by 5 at the midway mark of the second quarter at 20-15. So Scott City with 2 more to go up by 5 here. 3:55 now to go first half as they're back to man-to-man defense. Using up her dribble that time was Escom. Now goes to Jana Wilson. Wilson goes left to Janae Fugit. Fugit, Gentry guarding her with 2 fouls. She'll drive in. Shot blocked that time and runs over, but picked up, though, missing the shot. That was Escom. And Trout was the last to touch it, or correction, Cimarron was the last to touch that one, and it'll belong to the Lady Beavers. A lot of contact, but they'll let him play through here. 3:35 to go first half. Cimarron is yet to be called for a foul in this quarter. Scott City's been whistled for 2. Metzger with a dribble right side to Megan Trout. I don't think she'll shoot the three. Now up top to Metzger. Turns down the three. Drives right side in the corner to Felker. Up top to Avery Lewis. And a trap with great position underneath. Goes up. Can't get it to go, but she's fouled. And she'll get the 2 free throws. That's the first foul on Cimarron this quarter. And they'll get that on Madeline Burkhardt, her second. Her and Morgan Escom each with 2 fouls. Those are the only fouls of the game for Cimarron. So Trout, who's 0 for 2 earlier at the line, looking to redeem herself. First free throw off to the right. Back in is Kinley Frink for Cimarron. She'll replace Madeline Burkhardt. So Scott City 0 of 3 at the line. Cimarron just 1 of 3. It's 20-15 Beavers here. Their biggest lead was at 14-8 late in the first quarter. And that one's off the iron as well. Tipped in the hands of Tegan Escom for Cimarron. Blue Jays with the ball down 5. Scott City up 20-15 as we approach 3 to go first half, and Kendall Gentry with a steal. She'll take this one all the way with 2-on-1 numbers. Right side layup is good. She has 7, and it's 22-15. 6 in a row for the Beavers with 3 minutes to go first half as they build up their largest lead of the night at 7. Cimarron with their 14th turnover on that last play. Almost got turnover number 15. Driving in, her floater right side for Frink is no good. And rebound Metzger for Scott City underneath there. Her second board of the night. Lady Beavers down 7 with the, or up 7, excuse me, with the ball. 2:40 to go second quarter. Cimarron on a 2-minute scoring drought here. Left side to Kendall Gentry. Looks for a cutter. There's Trout. She'll go up just a little strong that time through contact. And the rebound goes to Janae Fugit as that time it was Cimarron holding their ground on that possession there. That was Kinsey Jantz up top with it. Is going to be Fugit. Now goes right side as they flip it over the wing to Escom. Tegan Escom with it. She'll see a dribble. She'll drive in, and there's going to be contact. That'll be the 13th foul on Scott City this quarter with 2:13 to go first half. And that'll be the first foul on Mackenzie Metzger. 2:13 to go second quarter. Scott City up by 7. Cimarron with the ball at 22-15. The inbound at left corner and a quick release on the 3. Well short, but right into the hands of Avery Lewis for Scott City. Lady Beavers up 7 here with 2:05 to go first half. With it is Kendall Gentry. Bounce pass stripped out of Avery Lewis's hands and picked back up by Gentry. Up top, here's Erica Felker for a straightaway triple. Off to the right, rebound tipped around, and it's going to be Cimarron who will track it down in the corner. Had a good look from Felker, who has just 3 points on a first quarter 3. The Lady Beavers up 7 with a minute 45 to go second period. Ball fake, driving in. Here's Escom. Her runner banked too strong. Rebound Trout as another body hits the deck. Good rebound that time by Trout. And now poked away from behind, and Scott City with their 7th turnover. And lead pass down the floor. Here comes uncontested layup for Fugit, and it's good. And it's 22-17 with 1:25 to go first half. Fugit her 4th point. And it's back to a 5-point game. Ends the 6-0 Scott City run. Felker is going to take this one all the way. She draws a foul on the floor. Just the 2nd team foul by Cimarron this quarter, and that's not a bad foul there. And that'll be on Kinsey Jantz, her first.
Kinsey Jantz, that is her first personal.
As Coach Austin Stebbins will send in Bailey Beeler to replace Jantz.
Checking in for the Lady Jays, number 25, Bailey Beeler.
As Felker to inbound it. Finds it up top to Avery Lewis, holds it, minute 13 to go, lob into Trout, great catch, great layup, and a great score. Trout with 4 now, it's 24-17, 1:05 to go first half. Lady Beavers back up 7 here to battle here in this second quarter. Escom with it, not losing it, but picking it up here is Jana Wilson. There are 2 Blue Jays there, but ends up in the hands of Wilson. She'll go left with the pass to Fugit, who launches a 3, wide right, and that one's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be Cheyenne Kramer. She's going to check in for Kendall Gentry, get her out of there so she can avoid a 3rd foul here with 51 seconds to go first half. 7 for Gentry, 6 for Lewis, 4 for Trout. That's the top 3 scores for Lady Beavers. Felker with it in a 7-point lead. Lady Beavers have scored 8 of the last 10 points of this ball game. 38 seconds to go. Lewis with it. Metzger in the right corner will try a rainbow 3. A little strong that time at the backside board. To Tegan and Escom for Cimarron. 30 seconds to go first half. Still within the backcourt, stop and go. Here's Frink. She takes in the front court. Now Wilson wide open for 3. She'll miss that one. Rebound into the hands, reeled in by Megan Trout for Scott City. And a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. That'll be a holding foul on Jana Wilson, her first. Team's 3rd. Cimarron with a couple fouls to give with 18.8 to go second quarter.
3rd team foul of the quarter for the Lady Jays.
Lady Beavers up by 7 of the ball. 18.8 to go second quarter. as Erica Felker will bring it across. Goes right with the pass to Avery Lewis. 12 seconds to go first half. Now to Trout. Pivots. Looking for a cutter. Finds Erica Felker with 7, with 6, with 5. Up top, here's Mackenzie Metzger. Sees an alley. Drives in, and he gets tripped going up. Throws it. I think she was trying to throw it up, but they're going to say it's a foul on the floor. And that'll be team foul number 4 on Cimarron. That's their final foul to give of the half, as that's the 4th team foul, or I should say the quarter. 2.1, Scott City inbound underneath the basket with a 7-point lead. Felker holds it, lobs it into Trout, catches it, goes up, scores it with time running out in the half. Makes it 26-17. As time ran out, and Trout will get a free throw. That's on Bailey Beeler, her first. And Trout will get a free throw here at the end of the half. That free throw is good, and Scott City goes on an 11-2 run in the final 4:23 of the half to take a 27-17 lead over Cimarron. We'll come back in 3 minutes for your halftime show. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
BBN is brought to you by American Implement, All-in-One Wash, B&H Paving, Fairley Company, Faroe Heating and Cooling, First National Bank, Great Western Tire, Harris Chiropractic.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We are more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
The dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting our customers in achieving maximum net return per acre. That is how we define our success. Through unparalleled agronomic advice and best-in-class customer service, you can depend on us to do what is best for your operation. Ask them today about their spot-on service and how it can fill your needs. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
And welcome back here to Cimarron, as we have reached halftime here, the Lady Beavers leading the Lady Blue Jays of Cimarron by the count of 27-17. Scott City trailed at 6-2 early on, then went on a 7-0 run, have not trailed since then. They have grown their lead to 10 after Scott City led by 1 at the 4:47 mark of the second quarter at 16-15. An 11-2 run over the final 4:23 of the half has pushed the Beavers lead to 10 here at intermission. First half scoring looks like this, starting off for Scott City. 7 each for Kendall Gentry and Megan Trout. All of Trout's points coming in the second quarter. 6 for Avery Lewis. 4 in the first half for Mackenzie Metzger. And 3 for Erica Felker. Lady Beavers had a total of 7 fouls. They had 7 turnovers, 5 steals, had just 6 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive boards for a total of 10 first half rebounds. For the Cimarron Blue Jays, they were led in scoring. Jana Wilson with 6, Tegan Escom and Janae Fugit each with 4, and 2 for Madeline Burkhart and 1 for Kinley Frank. For the Blue Jays, they had a total of 8 fouls. They also had 14 turnovers and 3 steals. They had 13 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive boards in the first half. Scott City with the lead, though, at the break by 10, 27-17. We'll take another 3-minute break, come back with more stats and get you set up for the second half of play. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Life is all about your vision.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
The world needs more farmers. People who know the land. People who support rural communities. People who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm. We are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides new and used vehicles. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet and GMC dealership in Scott City.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, A farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
At the line. For Cimarron, they were 1 of 3 at the line. They were 47% from the floor, but took 10 fewer shots. They were 8 of 17. 9 fewer shots, I guess you could say. 0 of 2 on threes, 4 of 15 on twos. As I mentioned, just 1 of 3 from the line. So Scott City with the big 10-point lead, looking to get their 4th consecutive win here as they lead it here 27-17. Once again, Scott City at home with the Colby Eagles on Friday night. We'll head to Goodland next Tuesday to wrap up their pre-Christmas slate. Cimarron only has 1 game before the break, and that's on Friday. They head down to Hugoton, who take on the Eagles. Hugoton tonight, by the way, they are at Southwestern Heights taking on the Mustangs. Big game tonight in the league with Holcomb and Colby. That played at the Event Center in Colby. And especially on both sides of the ball, those 2 games should be pretty good. For Scott City, it'd be Erica Felker, Kendall Gentry, Avery Lewis, Megan Trout, and Cheyenne Kramer. Cimarron will have Janae Fugit, also Tegan Escom, Jana Wilson, Morgan Escom, and also Kinsey Jantz to begin this 3rd quarter. Cimarron with the ball and a 10-point deficit to Scott City at 27-17. Driving in now, right baseline. Here's a jumper, good for 2 from about 15 from Kinsey Jantz, and it's now 27-19. So Cimarron scores the first points of the quarter. 7:40 to go here in the 3rd. Lady Beavers with the ball up 8 up top. Avery Lewis up top as Scott City goes left to right as we see it here in Cimarron. Right side to Gentry. Holds it. Now finds Kramer, but the pass is wide and a turnover. Turnover number 8 on Scott City. Here's Cimarron with the ball down by 8, first minute of the second half. Jana Wilson drives in right corner. Stripped out of there by Gentry. Good defensive play. And it'll still stay Lady Blue Jay basketball. They'll inbound it in the corner with 7:16 here in the 3rd. 27-19 your score. Cimarron triggers it in backside, picked up by Morgan Escom, has to kick it out left wing. Turning down the 3 was Tegan Escom, and then she goes around, and we're going to get a push on Scott City, says Brett Post, and Kendall Gentry fouls for the 3rd time. With 7:10 to go 3rd quarter, and that'll bring in Mackenzie Metzger in for Kendall Gentry with 7:10 to go 3rd quarter. Seemed for the most part here tonight, Scott City maybe shorten their bench up a little bit, although they've played 4, but here's a 3 left wing, and that is too strong. The rebound, Erica Felker takes it, and Cheyenne Kramer in the Christmas giving mode says just go ahead and take it. Now to Megan Trout, the right block, goes to Mackenzie Metzger. She'll penetrate. Kick it to Avery Lewis, left side to Kramer. First minute of the second half, Scott City with an 8-point lead in the ball, 27-19. Avery Lewis with it. And now here's Mackenzie Metzger, drives right side, cut off, finds Trout. She'll ball fake, go right side. Now to Metzger. Metzger will drive the right baseline. Cimarron plays a tough defense. Man-to-man look, they'll go into Trout. Can't quite reel it in. Good idea that time by Lewis. A little bit of a tough pass, and Scott City with 2 straight turnovers to begin the second half. 6:28 here in the 3rd. It's 27-19 for the Beavers here against Cimarron. Lady Beavers trying to snap a 7-game losing streak to Cimarron. Last time they beat them was right on this court here in sub-state play in 2020. Lady Beavers would win that sub-state. Here's Kinsey Jantz. Now goes over to Jana Wilson. Hands it off back to Jantz with 6:08 to go 3rd period. And now up top it goes to Janae Fugit. Fugit goes right side. Driving in, here's Wilson. Throws up a tough shot, and she is fouled. And she'll get 2 free throws here with 6:01. And Wilson had the line for the first time tonight. That foul will be charged to Avery Lewis, her first. Team's 2nd of the period.
That's her first personal, 2nd team foul of the quarter for the Lady Beavers.
So Wilson at the line, just 44% on the year, but is playing at home, so in her first home game, and she hits that one. It's 27-20. 6:01 to go 3rd quarter. Cimarron tonight now 2 of 4 at the line. Scott City 1 of 5. Second free throw for Wilson is good as well, and she now has 8. And it's to a 6-point game as Cimarron the first 4 points here in the first 2 minutes of the half. 27-21 your scores. Felker takes it left to right for the Lady Beavers. Now to Avery Lewis. Gets a screen to Lewis. Stops and pops a left elbow jumper. No, but she'll get 2 free throws. She was hacked on the hand, and that'll be Cimarron's first foul of the quarter. That'll be on Jana Wilson, her second. Lewis with 2 free throws coming up here. Avery Lewis with 6 points tonight. First charity toss on the way. That one's good. And it's now 28-21. 5:51 to go third quarter. That's Madeline Burkhardt in for Cimarron to replace Kinsey Jans. By the way, Holcomb and Colby are tied at 24 at halftime on the girls' side. That played up in Colby. Second free throw. Lewis hits them both. She's now 12 of 12 at the line this year, and Scott City with their lead back at 8. 29-21. Man-to-man defense for the Beavers. Here's a screen and a 3 on the left side. Too strong. Rebound. Trout had it and then hits the deck, and they're going to get tie-up on that. But it'll still be Scott City's basketball in the possession arrow. Here with 5:39 to go third quarter. That was Burkhardt's first 3-point attempt of the year. Lady Beavers with the ball up, 8, 5.5 to go, third stanza. Ed to Trout, the left elbow. She'll drive right side. Kick it right side to Metzger, who travels with it. And Scott City with their third turnover of the quarter and the 10th for the game. Cimarron has yet to commit a turnover this half. 5:29 to go third period. Still an 8-point Beaver lead. That was a pretty late call, but probably the right one. 29-21 your score. Right side of the pass to Jana Wilson, guarded by Avery Lewis. Now right elbow, they'll give it back to Wilson. She'll drive in, split the defenders, and lay it up. Too strong in the rebound. Megan Trout, and it gets a foul. Push on Morgan Escom. That'll be her third. With 5:14 to go third quarter. And the team's second of the period.
Second team foul of the quarter for the Lady Jays.
Cheyenne Kramer exits in is going to be Kaylee Felker. Scott City with an 8-point lead in the ball. 3 minutes into this second half at 29-21. They've been outscored 4-2 in this period. It goes to Avery Lewis. Her track were the recipient of that, but it ends up in the hands of Lewis. Now Kaylee Felker up top. Right corner to Mackenzie Metzger. Tries a 3. Oh, that was halfway in and out. And the rebound to Escom. Morgan Escom, that is, for Cimarron. Almost stepped out of bounds. Good look from Metzger in the right corner. Under 5 to go here in the third. Over left side, here's Tegan Escom looking to drive in on Metzger. Poked away, almost stolen away. Now driving down the middle. Floater banked up and in. Madeline Burkhardt with their 4th point, 29-23. 4:36 to go third quarter. Scott City without a field goal yet this half. And Cimarron back to within a half a dozen. They've scored 6 of the 8 points. Off the screen, or now it's Trout. Holds it off the screen. Now it's Erica Felker. She'll drive in. Pulls up for the deep 2. Might have been partially blocked in the rebound to Morgan Escom here for Cimarron. They have the ball down 6 as we approach 4:15 to go third quarter. Now, man, that push off there, and here's a 2 on the way. That one's too strong, but the backside board goes to Fugit, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on Erica Felker, and that is going to be her second. Man, Tegan Escom got away with a push-off with the forearm, and that's going to be team foul number 3 on Scott City in this quarter. 4:06 to go third period. As out is Mackenzie Metzger, and in is Chris Irvin. Back in is Kinsey Jans for Cimarron to replace Morgan Escom. 29-23, Cimarron with the ball on the deficit. Deflected, and Scott City gets their first turnover of the half forced. 15th of the game for the Blue Jays. In transition, here's Chris Irvin, loses the handle, and then gets poked out of bounds. Cimarron can't grab it. It'll still be Scott City ball here with 3:55, and Amy Felker wants a 30-second timeout. And probably a good time for a timeout here with 3:55 to go third quarter. We'll keep it right here. Basketball presented by our Booster Club corporate sponsors, including True North Cafe, Turner Sheet Metal, Vogelmore Family Farms, Western Kansas Insurance, Western State Bank, Wheeland Electric Whites, Food Liner, Wilkins Physical Therapy, and Winterland Farms. Also, Trophy Wine and Spirits, Original Grande, Stevens Veterinary Services, Spencer Pest Control, State Farm Insurance, Specialty Risk Insurance Agency, Sharp Shooting Supply, Security, State Bank, Scott Pro, Scott County Records, Scott County Hospital, Scott Cooperative Association, Scott County Abstract and Title Company. 29-23, not a lot of scoring here in this half. 6 for Cimarron, just 2 for Scott City, and that's at the line. 3:55 to go third quarter. As Erica Felker to inbound it out of the 32nd Scott City break. Ball deflected and a turnover. Boy, you hate those turnovers out of timeouts, and Cimarron with another opportunity to pull to within 4. 3:48 to go third quarter. Up top, it'll go to Tegan Escom, guarded by Chris Irvin. Piper Fox going to check in next. Dead ball for Scott City. Driving in, here comes Burkhardt. Her floater, no, but the rebound goes to Escom, and she'll be fouled going up, and she'll get 2 free throws. Scott City not boxing out. Cimarron has been good on the glass tonight. That foul will be charged to Megan Troutter's second, and that's the third, or make that the fourth of the quarter on Scott City, and 2 free throws for Tegan Escom, who is 67% at the line, and she pulls Cimarron to within 5 at 29-24.
Number 10, Piper Fox.
So just one starter on the court, or 2 scorers on the court right now, Avery Lewis and Erica Felker for Scott City. Kendall Gentry has 3 fouls on the bench. Second free throw. Now it's a 4-point game. Cimarron is on an 8-2 run. They're to within 29-25 with 3:36 go third quarter. Scott City has not had a lot going offensively. Almost a walk now. Piper Fox with it up top to Avery Lewis. Lewis with it, holds it, goes right over to Chris Irvin, looks for a cutter, finds Erica Felker, drives in strong. Her layup is no good, but she'll get a foul on the floor, they'll say. That'll be team foul number 3 on Cimarron. But good aggressiveness there, and getting the second foul on Janae Fugit, who had to foul to not allow a basket. Scott City with the ball up by just 4 with 3:20 to go third quarter. Here's a screen right corner. Felker will try a 3, blocked out of there by Jana Wilson, her length. Blocks that shot out of bounds there. And it'll still belong to Scott City, though, in the corner as Mackenzie Metzger is in to replace Erica Felker.
Number 15, Mackenzie Metzger.
29-25. Scott City only 2 points here in this period as Kaylee Felker to inbound it. Into Piper Fox, catches it, goes to her left. Tough shot, no. Rebound tipped, and it's going to be Cimarron's ball as they save it into play. Escom with the board. And Scott City's lead is at 4, and that's going to be a travel that time by Kinsey Jens. She could not keep her pivot foot down, and Cimarron with her 16th turnover of the night. And almost a stolen off the inbounds. Mackenzie Metzger with it. 29-25 under 3 to go third period. Metzger goes left to Avery Lewis. Holds it. Now slips on the floor. She's back up on her own power. Now here's Mackenzie Metzger with it. Right side to Chris Irvin. Puts on the floor once up top to Piper Fox. And that's going to be travel. And I think Cimarron would rather have the steal and another Scott City turnover. Kendall Gentry and Megan Trout and Cheyenne Kramer also back in. As that is Fox, Kaylee Felker, and Chris Irvin. So back to the starting 5 for the Lady Beavers. Only up by 4 here. Hardly any offense for Scott City in this third quarter. Only points coming at the line from Avery Lewis. But the Beavers have 5 turnovers this quarter. That's allowed Cimarron to get back into this game. Wilson with it in the give and go, losing it, saving it into play was Madeline Burkhardt to Cheyenne Kramer, and Cimarron's 17th turnover. Lady Beavers need to cash in on these turnovers. Gentry's got the ball. Lady Beavers still without a field goal this half, and then they lose it again. And a turnover. Erica Felker, correction, 4 of the 5 starters on the floor, excuse me. It's an all-junior and 1 senior lineup. 4 juniors, 1 senior for Scott City. Now here's Wilson. Her runner's no good, but she's going to go to the line for 2. Wilson just hit 2 free throws moments ago, and all of a sudden, Cimarron can get back to within 2 here as Wilson heads to the line for 2 free throws. And Avery Lewis picks up the second foul. That's the team's 5th, so that puts Scott City in the penalty with 2:03 here. And
The Lady Beavers, Jada Wilson at the line, shooting 2.
2 free throws for Wilson, and she hits the first. She has 9. Makes it 29-26 with 2:03 to go third quarter. Felker in to replace Avery Lewis. It's been a 9-2 run in this quarter for Cimarron. Scott City is 6 minutes without a field goal. And Cimarron is 5 of 5 at the line this quarter as well, and make it 6 for 6. It's 29-27. The Blue Jays will burn one of their 3 timeouts. It'll be a 30 here. We'll keep it with 2:03 to go third quarter. All of a sudden, it's 29-27. A 10-2 run here, and Scott City has only attempted 3 shots in this quarter. They have 5 turnovers, make that 6 turnovers, and that's part of the reason why Cimarron is back in this game. Basketball also brought to you here by Scott Community Foundation, Scott City Pharmacy Giftologist, Scott City Eye Center, Road and Green Agency, Richards Financial Services, and our brothers Auto Body Mechanic, Precision Ag and Seed. Also want to thank J&R Car and Truck Center for providing transportation here to Cimarron. You can view their new and pre-owned inventory on the lot. J&R Car Truck Center, West 5th Street, Scott City, online, jrcarandtruck.com. 29-27. Lady Beavers led 27-17 at the break, but they have not hit a field goal this quarter. Cimarron is 6 of 6 from the line. That's 6 of their 10 points. Both teams minimal in the field goal department range. Here's Metzger with it, goes right to Cheyenne Kramer. Kramer holds it. Now right side to Mackenzie Metzger, drives the right baseline, drives in, and that's going to be a blocking foul. And that'll be team foul number 4 on the Blue Jays this quarter. That's their final foul to give. That'll be on Madeline Burkhardt, her third.
That is her third personal.
$1:51 here in the third. Her and Morgan Escom each with 3 fouls. Erica Felker trying to inbound it in. She does up top to Gentry to avoid the 5 count. It drives left side. Now Cheyenne Kramer holds it. She'll kick it left to Kendall Gentry. She'll drive in, takes a strong. Her runner, no. Rebound, Trout gets the board for Scott City, and the Beavers save the possession. Out up top to Kramer. Down to minute 35 to go, third period. Good effort, though, by Gentry trying to create something. Scott City has not done much of that this quarter. Erica Felker with it. In fact, no field goals for the Beavers. Felker and Mackenzie Metzger drives the right baseline. Wraparound pass to Gentry in the left corner for a 3. No, it won't go, and the rebound to Cimarron. Jana Wilson and Blue Jays can tie it. Here is Scott City cannot get a field goal this quarter. 0 for 4. Make that 0 of 5. Blue Jays can take the lead with a 3, but she traveled. Did Kinsey Jantz a little hesitation up top. And it's 29-27 with 1:07 to go, third quarter. Scott City dodges one there, but Lady Beavers, miscommunication off the inbounds and another turnover. Fourteenth of the night, 6 in this quarter by Scott City, or 7 in this quarter by the Beavers, and Cimarron another crack at it here with 1:05 to go, third period. With it is Fugit. It feels like deja vu over again. Scott City leads most of the night, but then they get a turnover forced. 19th on the Blue Jays. Here's Scott City with the ball up by 2, 55 seconds to go, third period. And they'll get it in. Trout, nice cut. Felker, who mishandles it and out of bounds, and a turnover. Scott City's 15th of the game. It just feels like deja vu with the Blue Jays in this building. Scott City builds a lead, and then Cimarron always has a big third quarter and comes back to win. Well, you hope for the Beavers they don't come back to win. It's been that way. It seems like the last 3 or 4 years here. 40 seconds to work third quarter. A work at left corner to Madeline Burkhardt. Just 2 third quarter points for Scott City, all at the free throw line by Avery Lewis. With it up top is Tegan Escom. 29-27, Lady Beavers clinging to a 2-point lead. Right block Wilson blocked. That time, and the rebound goes to Megan Trout. And good defense by Scott City as they dodge another one there. With it is Felker with 17 seconds. Here's Trout backing away, goes to the right, layup, yes, and one! Much needed basket for Scott City. About 8 minutes apart. Megan Trout with the field goals for Scott City, 8 minutes apart. And that'll be on Madeline Burgard, her 4th foul with 12.9 to go. It's 31-27. What I was saying there is Megan Trout had the last basket for Scott City right at the end of the first half, and she has this one with 12.9 to go, third quarter. She has 9 and looking for double figures, but too strong the free throw, and the rebound goes to Kinsey Jantz for Cimarron. 31-27, 6 seconds. Here comes Cimarron, and they're going to lose it out of bounds to the hands of Beeler, and that'll be turnover number 20 on the Blue Jays. Scott City with a chance at 4.2, up by 4. Here's Erica Felker with it. 2 seconds, 1 second, throws a heave and a short to the right, and that's your third quarter. So Scott City hanging on to the lead. Cimarron goes on a 10-4 run in the period to go up Scott City up 31-27. Back in a minute for the fourth. This is Beaver basketball.
Bank of Scott City, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Scott City with a 31-27 lead at Cimarron's ball as we head to the fourth quarter. The Blue Jays went on a 10-2 run or 10-4 run in that third quarter. Lady Beavers did not get their first field goal of the half until the 12-second mark of the third quarter. Lady Blue Jays with the ball. Cimarron here in this fourth quarter. Left wing to Jana Wilson. Puts on the floor once. Up top it goes to Janae Fugit. Scott City in his zone defense here to begin this fourth quarter. Right now lob at the block. Shot up high up the glass and down for Eska. Makes it 31-29 with 7:32 to go. Cimarron was 6 of 6 at the line in that third quarter. They're 7 of 9 there for the game. Scott City just 1 of 6 at the line. Lady Beavers are led by Megan Trout with 9 and 8 for Avery Lewis. Underneath here's Trout, misses the runner. Rebound ripped away by Metzger with a held that time, but they let it play through. And the skip pass right side, Avery Lewis drives in, and she's going to be called for the, oh, they're going to get a foul on Cimarron instead. That'll be a foul on Kinsey Janser first. Make that her second, the first foul of the fourth quarter. 7:11 to go in this one. Scott City hanging on to a 2-point lead here at 31-29. He goes up top to Kendall Gentry. Now to Kenzie Metzger. Turns down the three. Drives in. Hangs in the paint. Jumper no. And the rebound goes to Janae Fugit for Cimarron. Blue Jays with the ball are down 2. First minute of this fourth quarter at 31-29. Scott City's shooting woes continue in this second half as they're in a 3-2 look here on the defensive end. Right corner it goes over to Kenzie Jans. In the paint. Turnaround jumper no. Rebound backside Kendall Gentry. That was put up by Eskim in the paint. Scott City with the ball up by 2. Here's Felker with it. A little stop and go and puts it off her leg and out of bounds. Turnover number 16 on Scott City. Trying to go stop and go that time, and her right knee got in the way. Or no, they'll say it was last touched by Cimarron. It'll be Scott City's ball. So a break for the Beavers here with 6:42 to go in the game. As Felker to inbound, it finds Avery Lewis, catches it, goes up, and she is fouled. That'll be on Jana Wilson, her third. With 6:40 to go in the Beavers to line for 2, leading 31-29. So Avery Lewis at the line with 8 points.
Avery Lewis at the line, shooting for.
With 6:40 to go. Free throw up, crawling in. 32-29, 6:40 to go. 3 of the 5 points in this half for Scott City have come at the line. Lewis with another opportunity. She'll get them both. She's 4 for 4 there and has 10. First double-digit score for Scott City, 33-29. 6:35 to go. Lady Beavers only 6 points this half. It's been a 12-6 run for Cimarron here in the first 9.5 minutes of this second half. 6.5 to go, almost a reach-in foul. Now we're going to get a tie-up. Good job by Mackenzie Metzger on the help defense. Felker was guarding Jans at the foul line. And that'll be turnover number 21 on Cimarron. Back over goes the Lady Beavers with 6:26 to go as they lead it here 33-29. Let's see if Scott City can get some separation here in this fourth quarter. Metzger with it up top. Goes right with the dribble to Kendall Gentry. Gentry holds it. Puts it on the floor. She goes to her left. Drives to the left elbow. Now it's Avery Lewis driving in. Her runner's up. She's got the last 4 for Scott City, and they have a 35-29 lead with 6:08 to go. Lewis with a dozen, just 1 off of her season high and 2 off of her career high. That she set against Huguenin at home a year ago. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Scott City with the last 4 to push her lead to half a dozen. Left side to Janae Fugit. Now left wing will go. Here's a 3 launched, and that is too strong for Eskim. And the rebound underneath, ripped away by Cimarron. Follow up, no. Last touch by the Blue Jays, and that'll belong to Scott City. So with 5:43 to go, it'll be Scott City's ball in a 6-point lead. Gentry will take it into the front court. Holds it. Now trying to get it to Trout, ball deflected, in kind of a desperation. We're going to get a push, and that'll be on Gentry, her 4th, as she collided with a Cimarron. No, they're going to get that on Megan Trout instead. That's her 3rd here with 5.5 to go. As Scott City turns the ball over, and their first foul of the fourth quarter. In will be Madeline Burkhart with her 4 fouls as Kenzie Jans checks out. Scott City unable to push the lead up to 8. They have a 6-point lead here. Lady Beavers do a good job deny that, and they're going to whistle on a tie-up that time as Burkhart picked the ball up, and Erica Felker reached in there and tied it up. Possession arrow to Cimarron as they'll inbound underneath with 5:20 left. 6-point Scott City lead here at 35-29. Lady Beavers trying to win one on the road. They'll kick it left or right corner. That is to Jana Wilson, guarded by Metzger. Now they'll work it around to Fugit. She'll launch a deep three. Off, no, rebound to Jana Wilson. She'll go up and miss it as well, but got her own rebound and scored it. Too many opportunities that time for Wilson. She has 12 points and 8 boards, and it's now 35-31. Scott City here with 5 minutes to go. Here's Avery Lewis into trap, backs her way in. Now kicks, trying to get it right side to Kenjo Gentry. She'll try a three, no. And the rebound to Cimarron with another crack at it and the whistle. And they're going to get a holding foul on Mackenzie Metzger. Scott City's second foul of the quarter, and Metzger with her second foul of the ball game.
Metzger, that is her second personal.
So 48 left. Cimarron with the ball down by 4 here at 35-31. Tegan Escom with it. She'll take it across. Scott City will stay in their zone. Left side over to Janae Fugit. Now they get a screen left corner. Here's a three on the way, and it's a short one. But the long rebound once again to Cimarron. They have owned Scott City on the glass tonight. Ball fake and lob entry feed to Escom. And now she'll lose it, and Metzger with the steal. She'll lead a 3-on-1 numbers run here. Pass to Gentry. Shot up. No. Rebound goes to Cimarron. And the Lady Beavers cannot get a bunny underneath there with 4:15 to go. There was 3 different Blue Jays down the court now driving in. Here's a layup. No, that time the rebound Metzger. And she hits the deck as they're really letting them play here. With 4:05 to go. So Scott City with the ball, hanging on to a 4-point lead at the midway point of the fourth quarter. Right side to Felker. It's been a defensive struggle for Scott City. They tried to get into the trap on the pick and roll, and Cimarron reads it perfectly, and another Scott City turnover. 35-31, 3:40 to go. Wilson with it. Up top it goes to Janae Fugit. Lady Beavers hanging on to a 4-point lead. Ball fake taking Escom in the paint to Escom. Now up top, here's a three. No. Crashing the board. Scott City tried to save it into play, and they can't get it. It's still going to be Lady Blue Jay basketball. Cheyenne Kramer, Chris Irvin, and Erica Felker will exit, as will Mackenzie Metzger. With 3:27 left, Scott City surviving here so far. Only up by 4. And now a screen and a wide open three is going to be way off to the right. And that's going to be last touch by Cimarron on the backside board, and it'll belong to Scott City. Cimarron fighting here tonight. Lady Beavers only up by 4, 3:20 to go at 35-31. Gentry will take it into the front court. Now left side, here's Chris Irvin. She'll take it all the way. Her layup, no. And a whistle and a blocking foul. She'll get 2 free throws with 3:15 left. So Irvin will head to the line for the first time this year, and I believe the first time in her varsity career. That foul on Morgan Escom, her 4th with 3:15 to go. It's a 13 foul in the quarter on Cimarron, and Irvin with 2 free throws coming up, looking for her first points of the night. Gets that one to go. Big free throw. 36-31, 3:15 to go. Kinley Frink in to replace Janae Fugit, who's going to probably get a quick breather here. So Irvin hits that free throw, and Scott City's lead back up to 5. And it stays that way. Rebound loose, but picked up by Morgan Escom for Cimarron. They have the ball down 5 here with 3:10 to go in this one. And then Trout's going to tie up Tegan Escom. That'll be a turnover on Cimarron. Good play by the junior Megan Trout.
Lady Beaver basketball.
And Cimarron's going to pick up Scott City in the full court. Inbound into Avery Lewis. The player goes by her. Now with 3:05 to go, here comes Lewis into the front court with a 5-point lead of the Lady Beavers. Spin move, almost stolen away up top, and it's going to be another tie-up and a turnover. Erica Felker in to replace Mackenzie Metzger, so Scott City turns it back over, and that is going to be their 18th turnover of the night. And a timeout on the floor. It's just a 30-second taken by Cimarron. They're down to 1 here with 2:56 to go, fourth quarter. Scott City with a 5-point lead at 36-31. The Lady Beavers led 27-17 at the break, but Cimarron has pulled her within 2 at 29-27. 31-29. The largest lead of this half for the Beavers has been at 8 at 29-21 with about 2 minutes into the second half. But the struggles on the offensive end have been a big factor for Scott City this second half, as well as the turnovers. They have gone up exponentially in the second half. That has allowed Cimarron to get back in, and Cimarron has dominated Scott City on the boards here tonight. Probably by about 2-1. 2:56 to go. 36-31 is your score. Escom, that's Tegan Escom with it. She'll bring it into the front court here. And he goes right side with the pass over to Kinley Frink. Frink back up top to Escom. 5-point game with 2:45 to go. Left side, here's Jana Wilson. Gets a screen. Little pick and roll to Morgan Escom. She'll go up and miss it, and she'll get 2 free throws. Team foul number 3 on Scott City in this fourth quarter. And the foul will be charged to Cheyenne Kramer, just her first. Morgan Escom just 1 of 6 to the line this year. She averages just under 4 points, has 2 in this quarter for her only points of the night, but I have the feeling that she's going to hit the free throw, and on cue she does. 36-32. 2:40 to go. Cimarron's first free throw of the fourth quarter. They're now 8 of 10 at the line. Scott City is 3 of 4 in this fourth quarter and just 4 of 10. Second charity toss, and it's too strong. Rebound, Cheyenne Kramer for Scott City. Beavers dodge one there and lead by 2.5 to go at 36-32. Both teams have 3 fouls in this half. Here's Erica Felker, goes right with Kendall Gentry. Holds it, needs help, she'll drive right side. Now skips it up top to Mackenzie Metzger. She'll penetrate, and she draws a foul. That'll be the final foul to give for Cimarron, and that's the 4th on Jana Wilson with 2:21 to go. And Cimarron with some foul trouble. Jana Wilson with 4 fouls, Morgan Escom with 4 fouls, and Madeline Burkhardt all with 4 fouls. Or correction, they're going to get that, not on Wilson, but on Burkhardt. That's it for her. She'll foul out tonight with 4 points. And then Scott City loses it off the inbounds. Here's Cimarron down 4 with the ball with 2:15 to go. Right side, it goes to Kinsey Jantz. They'll throw it up top here to Jana Wilson. 2:05 to go. Scott City's hanging on to a 4-point lead. Entry feed deflected, and they're going to get a push over the back on Cheyenne Kramer. That's her second, and that's the 4th team foul this fourth quarter on Scott City. Their last foul to give, as Megan Trout will check in, probably replace Kramer, and she will here with exactly 2 minutes to go. So the Lady Beavers trying to survive here on the road, as they'll get it in here, and here's a guarded 3. Might have been partially blocked, tipped around in the hands of Kendall Gentry, her 5th board tonight for Scott City with a minute 55 to go. It's put up by Tegan Escom. They'll stop and go into the front court here with a minute 50 to go. Here's Megan Trout, holds it. Scott City will go with Trout, trying to drive in, needs help, finds Erica Felker. She'll wrap it around to Avery Lewis for 2. In and out, rebound Trout. She'll go and miss it. Lewis loses it, and into the hands of Cimarron. Oh, man, Scott City's missing way too many underneath the basket tonight, and here come the Blue Jays with the ball down 3, under 90 seconds to go. Jana Wilson with it. Guarded by Metzger, almost a foul up top. Right side, it goes to Kinley Frink, and it goes to the block. Stuffed by Trout, but that's going to be Morgan Escom. The whistle, holding foul. With a minute 14 to go and 2 free throws coming up for Cimarron. That'll be on Erica Felker, her 3rd with 1:14 to go. That puts Scott City at 5 team fouls this quarter, and it puts Morgan Escom at the line, who's 1 out of 2 there.
Morgan Escom at the line, shooting 2.
So Scott City leaving the door open here for Cimarron this second half, and the free throw clanks off to the right. Back in will be Janae Fugit. She got about 2 minutes off and replaces Kinley Frink. We're going to get timeout for Amy Felker. It'll be a full. We'll take it as well with 1:14 to go. 36-32. Lady Beavers hanging on here. Back in a minute. This is Scott City basketball.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Make an appointment with Dr. Yeager today.
Cimarron with one free throw pending with Morgan Escom out of the timeout of Coach Amy Felkers. 1:14 to go. Lady Beavers have only scored 9 points in this second half, and they lead it by 4, and they lead it by 3 as Escom hits 1 out of 2, 36-33. She has 4 all in this quarter. Cimarron applies full court pressure. Kendall Gentry, now to Erica Felker, and they'll back off with a minute, or almost back off with a minute, and then they'll flick the pass out of bounds. 1:06 to go. Scott City only lead is at 3, 36-3, or only leads it by 3. As Cimarron applies man-to-man full court pressure, they just get it into Kendall Gentry. She's looking for an alley. She'll be trapped at half court with a minute to go, and they're going to get a foul on Cimarron with 61 seconds to go. They're going to get that on Janae Fugit, just her third foul. Kendall Gentry with 2 big free throws to go with a minute 1 to go. She has struggled at the line this year at just 38%. Scott City tonight 3 of 4 in this fourth quarter, just 4 of 10 at the free throw line. That free throw, clanks off. She'll get another one. Another free throw coming up here with 61 seconds remaining. That one off to left, and Cimarron with the board. Here come the Blue Jays up with the Scott City 36-33, 55 seconds go. Ball loose, but picked up underneath. They'll kick it up top, and Wilson 3 for the tie. It's short. Rebound Avery Lewis for Scott City. And then it's in the hands of Gentry, and then she is fouled by Fugit. That is her 4th with 45 seconds. Gentry back to the line for 2 free throws. All right, Kendall hit these. 45.7 here in regulation. Lady Beavers hanging on to a 3-point lead. 36-33. Free throw. Gosh, that would hit everything but go in. She'll get another one. Gentry has not scored in this second half, has 7 points. Got to forget about that and move on to this one. Short as well, but the rebound to Avery Lewis. She'll track it down for Scott City. Back up top to Gentry, and now to Erica Felker with 40 seconds to go. Scott City with an opportunity to run some time off with a 3-point lead. Now to Mackenzie Metzger. Metzger will drive right side to Trout. As Scott City plays keep away, Felker with it with 28 seconds to go. And Cimarron now with Gentry. Left corner to Avery Lewis, and a pushing foul. That's a hard foul as Gentry hit the deck hard. That foul is on Jana Wilson. That's her 4th with 24 seconds to go. She is a little shaken up there. She kind of got picked on Saturday against La Junta. Got pushed and then got her hair pulled by La Junta Lady Tiger, and she hit the deck hard on that foul. The 4th foul on Jana Wilson. 24 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, and she's okay. And 2 more free throws coming up here for Kendall Gentry. She's missed all 4 of her attempts here with 24 seconds. I think Amy Felker may have thought maybe that was intentional. I mean, they were trying to foul, but it wasn't malicious. First to 2 for Gentry. Yes, she's got it! Maybe that little push is all she needed. 37-33 with 24 seconds to go. That's a big free throw because it's a 2-possession game, and she misses that one. But the rebound goes to Cimarron, almost thrown away. Oh, don't foul. Now in the backcourt with it is Cimarron with 15 seconds to go, and Coach Austin Stebbins will burn his final timeout at the full. Let's take a 30. 16.2 to go, fourth quarter. Scott City hanging on to a 4-point lead. Back in 30 seconds, this is Beaver basketball.
At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
Good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Lady Beavers trying to survive and snap a 7-game losing streak to Cimarron. The Lady Blue Jays have put up a heck of a fight here tonight. 37-33, 16.2 to go. It'll be Cimarron basketball out of the timeout. They have no timeouts left. Possession arrow favors Scott City. As Blue Jays will inbound it, here is Tegan Escom with it. Gets a screen with 10 seconds. Her runner is crawling off. Rebound, Megan Trout, and she is fouled with 10.1. That was a big defensive stop for Scott City, and that'll be the second Blue Jay to foul out, I believe, Jana Wilson. She fouls out with 12 points and 10.1 to go. Megan Trout with 2 free throws on the other end, trying to become the second Lady Beaver with double figures tonight. First to 2 for Trout. Good. She's got 10. 38-33, 10.1 to go. And this makes it an even bigger margin, even though it's 5, but that's pretty big with Cimarron out of timeouts, make it 39-33. That's been Scott City's largest lead in this second half, or in the fourth quarter at 6. 8 seconds to go. The Beavers are going to come out of here with a win. 5 seconds left. Bounce pass, just let them shoot it. No, rebound, Gentry has it. And that's all she wrote. Scott City's going to snap a 7-game losing streak to Cimarron, and they win in here for the first time since 2020. Lady Beavers win it here tonight, get their 4th win of the year, and a big one on the road. It's never easy winning on the road. It's 39-33. Lady Beavers win it. They're 4-1 on the year. Cimarron at 1-4, but an improved Blue Jays squad from game 1 to game 4. Post game to begin after this 3-minute break. This is Scott City basketball.
3-minute break. This is Scott City basketball.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
BBN is supported by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, The Original Grande, Bullertson Family Dentistry, Volgamore Family Farms, Western State Bank, Wood River Energy, Scott Community Foundation, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services,
First National Bank of Scott City. One of the few places left that you could call today and speak with a person and be greeted at the door with a friendly face. Come see us at First National Bank, where you will feel at home. Let us help you with your banking needs, whether it be setting up a checking account, savings account, CD, or getting a loan for that new vehicle or home you have been dreaming about. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
To 33. And don't know what's going on here, but okay, all right. Some prayer deal. They're inviting everybody to come in from the crowd into the middle there. But nonetheless, Scott City does survive and get the 6-point victory here tonight, 39-33. Final numbers here for Scott City as they escape here. They would outscore Cimarron actually 8-6 in that fourth quarter. And as they were led tonight, it was Megan Trout with 11, or correction, Avery Lewis with 12, 1 off her season high and 2 off her career high, 11 for Megan Trout, 8 for Kendall Gentry. All right, and we're going to go ahead and take a timeout and come back with some more final stats. This is Beaver basketball.
Go with the proven winner. I'm Michael Trout from State Farm in Scott City. When it comes to auto insurance, we score big with our policyholders. We score on competitive rates, on customer service, and on satisfaction and speedy claim handling. Let us quote your autos today and make you a part of the Trout State Farm team. Call or stop by Michael Trout State Farm and you can be assured of our personal best. Go with the winner, Michael Trout State Farm, Scott City.
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Felker, just a three-pointer in that first quarter, and that was the scoring tonight for Scott City as they committed 4, or make that 3, 4, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14, 17 fouls. They had 19 turnovers, and they were rebounded quite a bit on the glass here tonight by Cimarron, but what matters is Scott City did get the win here. Cimarron was led in scoring here tonight. They had 12 from Jana Wilson, then 6 from Tegan Eskim, 4 each for Janae Fugit and Morgan Eskim, and 1 for Kinley Frink. As we're going to get Coach Amy Felker here on the headset here post-game. And Coach, it wasn't easy, it wasn't pretty, but your team found a way to come out with a win.
Yeah, definitely a win's a win, and we'll just take what we can get and move on, I guess.
I mean, your first half, it felt like you guys were gaining on the momentum. You get the three-point play from Megan right there at the end of the first half to go up 10. And for whatever reason, the second half, I don't know if it was just a combination of everything. Your shots weren't going. Turnovers started to pile up a little bit. What did you see maybe in that second half?
You know, we were just flat. We were not playing great defense. We were letting people go wherever they wanted to go. We were behind, following. You know, we just got to do a better job getting our defensive side going, and then gets our confidence going. We can push the ball. We can do a lot of things out of our defense. And, you know, defensively, we just weren't quite there. Offensively, we're just not taking care of the ball. You know, we just need to make sure we attack with the types of reps that we had tonight. We have to go to the basket. They finally started doing that, and that helped us out a lot.
It did, and, you know, it felt like Cimarron maybe changed up their defense a little bit in that second half.
Yeah, they switched it up a little bit. They went back from a man to a zone, and they really face guarded Erica a lot, and it was just hard to get some looks to the basket. We just have to do a better job of somebody stepping up and taking control and really wanting the ball late in the game. Megan did a good job of posting up and getting the ball to the inside.
Yeah, she stepped up with 11 points, and Avery was big for you guys at the line once again tonight with her 12 points, but it was really her and Avery and Kendall that really stepped up big for you scoring when you guys needed someone. Erica was kind of having her off night.
And she's going to have those nights. Now that we're in the league, these girls are going to really overplay her and force all the rest of the girls to do things. Avery stepped up big and made some nice shots early in the game in the first half that really got us going. Kendall was attacking the basket, and Megan was going strong to the inside. We just got to have everybody get involved and help each other get open, and we just got to get better.
These are one of these games, though, I think you'll take early on and get a victory out of it as well, that are some learning lessons here early on. You come into an environment, just your second game of the year, where Scott City's lost 3 in a row, and this is their first home game of the year, and come to an environment where it was tough, and just to get a road victory is enormous in so many ways.
It is. We had 3 games, and we moved the ball up and down for the last week, and, a couple days off, and then you have to do it again. Our legs were still a little jello. We just weren't in the flow of things, and, we're going to get some rest, and we're going to get going, and, we're going to take it at them on Friday. And,
yeah, speaking of that big game on Friday night with Colby coming to town.
We're going to be ready.
You bet you will enjoy this one tonight, Coach. A 6-point win. Congratulations. We'll see you coming up here later on this week.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Once again, comments from Coach Amy Felkers. The Lady Beavers pick up a 6-point victory on the road here tonight, 39-33. We'll come back in minutes. We'll have your pregame interview with head coach Brian Gentry, and we'll do that after this 1-minute break. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
BBN is supported by Norder Supply, Lone Tree Farms, Pioneer Communications, Beaver Booster Club, White's Food Liner, Scott City Eye Center, Shells, Flowers, and More, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologists.
In this business are equal opportunity providers.
Welcome back here to Cimarron High School. Adam Kadavy with you here on Mix 94.5. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Berta-Benz in Scott City and Leota. I'm joined here with Coach Brian Gentry here in the pregame, and thanks again for joining me here this evening, Coach. A big win for you guys to wrap up the Rambo Classic on Saturday, picking up a big win over the La Junta Tigers there, and a running clock there in the fourth quarter. But to get the 4-0 on the year, you had to like, despite kind of the lopsidedness of how it was going to be coming in, that your kids still took care of business.
Yeah, they did. They didn't take anything for granted. They didn't take La Junta lightly. I thought early we weren't probably as smart with shot selection. I really wanted to focus on pounding it inside early. The defense that they played allowed us to get off some, early threes. Eloy was able to knock one down early and kind of start the run for us. And then defensively, I thought we did a pretty good job. We kept the ball in front of us for the most part. We rebounded. We didn't give up a lot of second chance points, if any. So, in a game like that, we did what we needed to do. We didn't play down to the level of the competition, and we didn't give them any hope. You know, it was a good effort by our guys to finish out the weekend.
And Sage had a huge game there. He had 17 of his 22 points in the first half there, and that is big for you guys going forward because there was a lot of the focus on Jackson, and now there's another guy that can do a lot of scoring in a short amount of time as well that other teams are going to have to focus on.
Oh, yeah. When Sage has, especially in transition, as he becomes more aggressive, you're not going to be able to just guard Jackson. You're not going to be able to sleep on one of our post players and allow the other one because, you know, as we saw, Sage has the ability to get going. He can knock down outside shots. He sees the floor. He's a great passer. And he can finish. And like he did, I was glad to see him be a little bit more assertive in the offense and pick up, you know, kind of where Jackson left off. Because they were trying to face guard Jackson, which just allowed Sage that much more room to operate. And he did a great job. You know, he filled quite a few of the stat boxes on Saturday. You know, a lot of assists, got some steals, several rebounds. So, I mean, it's games like that that's, you know, going to allow us to get even better.
And once again, it is Coach Brian Gentry here pregame tonight as Scott City faces Cimarron. You get 3 more games here before the break, but a 4-0 record coming in here. And Cimarron's a team that's struggling 1-3. They had a really tough tournament down in Oklahoma, picked up 1 win over Attica, Kansas on Friday, and then lost a tough one there on Saturday. You take a look at Cimarron, and it really and it's weird to say this, but it reminds me a lot of football. It all kind of revolves around one player, and Trace Copper.
Yeah, he's quick. He's fast. He's actually given us fair share of problems in the past couple of times we've played him. Pressed him a little bit, and with his speed, he's broke it. He's got downhill into the paint, and they've got really easy shots. You know, the second time we played them last year, they had a decent little lead on us in the first quarter until we figured out, you know, that we just had to keep him in front of us. He's definitely a guy that he can get hot from the outside, and he can get downhill with his speed. So we're going to have to be good, you know, on-ball screens with our defense if we are switching off of it, depending on who's setting the screen. If we're switching, it's a little bit easier to keep him in front of us. When we hedge it, he could give us problems. If our post guy isn't there to hedge it in time, and he's allowed to get downhill, you know, we're going to put ourselves in bad spots and really bad spots on the weak side rebounding. We've got to be aware of where he's at. And then, you know, they've been falling back into a zone, but they like to press early and try to see if they can speed you up. So we need to take care of their press and get easy buckets on the other side of it. And when we don't, we need to run our stuff, and we need to get the ball down into Jackson and Sage early and often because we will have a size advantage. And doing the right thing, making the right plays means throw those guys the ball early, get your lead, and play from that.
Scott City and Cimarron in round 1 between the Beavers and Blue Jays here this year. As Coach Brian Gentry joins me here pregame. And, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Beaver Coach Brian Gentry. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Huda-Benz in Scott City and Leota. More to come in your pregame show. We'll bring Dad in the matchup, also bring you starters, keys of the game, and the tip-off after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Transform your farm's future with premium hybrids, robust data, and unparalleled expertise from Axis Seed Red Barn. We partner with you to customize a plan featuring industry-leading seed that matches your unique soil and growing conditions, helping you to farm differently and making your operation more profitable. Contact us at www.redbarn.ag to gain access to premium seed proven to outperform.
And go Beavers!
Sports have this amazing way of making a positive impact in our community, whether it's helping children, boosting local economies, or creating role models. That's our goal at American Implement, too. We believe in being a part of the communities we serve by just being a good neighbor. Thanks for being ours.
BBN is brought to you by HRC Feed Yards, J&R, Next Tech Wireless, Red Barn Enterprises, S&T Communications, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank, Turner Sheet Metal.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
BBN is brought to you by American Implement, All-in-One Wash, B&H Paving, Fairley Company, Faroe Heating and Cooling, First National Bank, Great Western Tire, Harris Chiropractic.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We are more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
The dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting our customers in achieving maximum net return per acre. That is how we define our success. Through unparalleled agronomic advice and best-in-class customer service, you can depend on us to do what is best for your operation. Ask them today about their spot-on service and how it can fill your needs. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results.
Into to Cimarron for Scott City Beaver basketball here with Scott City and Cimarron battling for the first of two meetings this year. The game will be returned back to the 26th of January in Scott City. That'll count toward the league standings. So Scott City coming in 4-0 on the year. Cimarron at 1-3. And so the Beavers looking to continue their hot start to the year, averaging 56 points a game. Cimarron averaging just 33.5, but the Beavers have had a couple of lopsided wins, a couple of close ones. Hoisington, the 12-point game, a close one, and then, of course, the Coronado 1-point overtime victory on Friday night and a thriller at home. But looking to get to 5-0, a place that they haven't been in 9 seasons, and doing it a lot, working inside outs, and you name it here. But leading this year so far is Jackson Rumford, 17.5 points, even though he had a season-low 9 on Saturday. It was Sage Steckline who picked up the big 23-point performance, a career high. He already had to eclipse his career high in the first half with 17, but it was really him that took over the game for Scott City in their win over La Junta, 67-28. The Beavers this year have been pretty good at delivering assists, averaging around 16 assists per ball game, and this is a team that Coach Gentry has mentioned time and time again, has been unselfish night in and night out, and that's really been a fun brand of basketball to watch here this year. On the other side, Cimarron, they've struggled, but they've had a really tough schedule to begin. Lost to a very good, still unbeaten Holcomb team, 66-37 to begin the season, and then lost to one of the top teams in 6A in Oklahoma, Stillwater, 77-28. That was in Alva on Thursday. And then they beat Attica 54-31 and would fall 55-35 to Pawhuska out of Oklahoma on Saturday. Finished 6th in that Alva shootout. This year, don't have any stats available, but there's no question it's Trace Copper who's their leading scorer night in and night out for the Beavers, or for the Cimarron Blue Jays, excuse me. But the team that graduated a lot they do still have quite a few seniors on their team. And so it should be an interesting matchup here tonight for Scott City. Not a big team. In fact, Cimarron, the tallest kids they have are 6'2", so it feels like in a way it's very similar to Saturday that they faced against the La Junta Tigers. So the Beavers trying to get to 5-0, and boy, will they be tested all the way for the next month, really. Friday they'll have a good Colby team coming into town. They're facing Holcomb tonight. That should be a good battle there up in Colby at the Events Center there. And the next Tuesday, the Goodland Cowboys, who are probably on the cusp of being ranked. I had seen if they're ranked in the top 10 at 3A. If not, they're definitely worthy of it after a big win over Lakin on Saturday night. But Goodland, and then you get the defending 4A state champions right out of the Christmas break with the Hugoton Eagles, and then the following Friday you get another pretty good team in Holcomb. So that's their next few games after tonight here for Scott City. So these games become more and more important here, but a lot of these games, Scott City's going to be going to have some winnable moments here coming up here, even though the schedule tightens up a lot here after tonight, and so it gets to some familiar foes there. But the Scott City with an opportunity to get to 5-0 on the year, where they have not been in 9 seasons, and it should be taking on a good Cimarron team that's just 1-3, but improving here as they go through the season. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll come back with your starters and your keys to the game and the opening tip. We'll take a 1-minute break. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Local Community Foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
The Great American Flag in Dodge City.
Back here at Cimarron High School, starting lineups tonight brought to you by Security State Bank in Scott City and Leota. Free bill pay and online banking, safe, secure, and easy to use. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. For the Scott City Beavers, beg your pardon, for Coach Brian Gentry in his 7th season, assisted by Joey Meyer and Drew Kite. Gentry, of course, his 17th year overall with the program. As we get to your starting lineups for Scott City, it'll be Dylan Duff, the 5'10 senior, averaging 2.3 points and 3 boards a game. Eloy Ruelas, a 5'10 junior at 7.8 points and nearly 4 boards a game. Sage Steckline, a 6'6 senior at 13.3 points, 5 boards a game, coming off a career high 23. Alex Tringa, the 5'10 junior, averaging 9.8 points, 3.5 boards. And it is Jackson Rumford, the 6'5 junior, 17.5 points, 7.8 rebounds a game. Dylan Duff, Eloy Ruel, Sage Steckline, Alex Trango, and Jackson Rumford for the Scott City Beavers. For the Cimarron Blue Jays, Chris Chilton in his third season, assisted by Todd Hamilton and Samuel Allen. And it will be Trace Comper, the 5'9 junior, Trent Briggs, a 5'11 junior, Logan Heddleston, a 6'1 sophomore, David Mendez, a 5'7 senior, Miguel Ramirez, a 6-foot junior. So once again, Trace Comper, Trent Briggs, Logan Heddleston, David Mendez, and Miguel Ramirez. Those are your starting five for the Cimarron Blue Jays. Good. Once again, your starting lineups presented by Security State Bank. Just some scores from the league from earlier tonight. And let's see if we can get some scores real quick from across the league, mainly just girls finals. Of course, Lady Beavers winning earlier tonight, 39-33, as Lady Beavers have won now 4 in a row here. And had the Colby Hugoton girls score, or Colby Holcomb score rather. Southwestern Heights girls did defeat Hugoton tonight, 50-41. Also earlier it was a win for Colby girls over Holcomb. That one a score of 53-41 for Colby girls over Holcomb. Holcomb Longhorns have topped 2 in a row. Keys of the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. We go with the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with their policyholders. Big key tonight is keeping Trace Comper in front of you. Don't let him get around you and drive to the basket. Second key, use your height to your advantage. Jackson Rumford, Logan Heddleston, the tip of the centers. The Beavers in the road Columbia blue tops with the white numbers and letters on the navy blue trim. Cimarron in their home whites with the navy blue numbers and letters. Scott City's ball to begin the ball game, and after they win the opening tip, nice cut. Here's Trango in the paint. His turnaround flip shot, no, over David Mendez, who grabs the board. And a good look there for Trango, just couldn't quite finish. Here's Cimarron with their opening possession. With it is Trace Comper, the 5'9 junior, racing around here. So he'll take it up top. Scott City opens up in a man-to-man defense. They'll flip it over right side. Looking to drive in is going to be Trent Briggs. Bounce pass to left elbow to Heddleston. Now they work it up top. Give and go. Now left corner. Here's a 3 on the way, and that is too strong for Ramirez and backside board. Trango in transition. Here's Rumford. Dribbles behind that. Gets it poked away, and it's going to stay with the Scott City Beavers here. So both teams one and done on their opening trips. 7-14 here in the first. Just underway, no score. Eloy Morales looking to lob it in to avoid the 5-count. Deflected pass, but kept alive by Trango. Gets it over to Dylan Duff. Nice backdoor cut. Here's Morales. His layup is blocked from behind. Good help defense by Briggs, who grabs the board. Had a good look, did Scott City, but good defense on the other end. 1 minute in, no score. Cimarron's second trip down the court. Go right side with the pass over to David Mendez. Mendez guarded by Trango. That's 21 on number 21. Now steps back. In the right block he goes, and back out high goes to Mendez. He'll flip it out high to Copper. Turns down the deep 3. Dribbles between legs. Drives in strong. His reverse layup is good. And Cimarron strikes first, 2-0. With 6:38 to go first quarter. And so here's Scott City with it. Alex Trango into the front court right. This is a home opener for Cimarron. They did not have their Cimarron Blue Jay Invitational this year for the first time. They did have a JV tournament here. As I mentioned, they played at Alva, Oklahoma, and they played at Holcomb to begin the year. Trying to get into Rumford. And that pass is thrown away. Turnover number 1 on Scott City. It's 2-0, 6:20 to work first quarter. Cimarron in their ball. They've hit one out of the first 2. Scott City 0 for 2, but they have their first turnover of the night. Copper with it, goes right. Now with the pass to David Mendez. Mendez around a screen, a little pick and roll, but saved into play in the reverse layup. Misses badly for Heddleston underneath. Here's Steckline with the board. He'll take it in the front court, lead the charge. He may take this one away. Oh, he splits the defenders and lays it up right down Main Street to tie the game up at 2. With 5:54 to go first quarter. The Blue Jay defender was acting like he was going to take the charge there, but Steckline just blew right by him. With it is Trace Comper out high. Eloy Ruelas gets the assignment on him now. 5:40 to go first period. We're tied at 2. Copper still with the dribble as Cimarron works man or 4 out look, and Now they go pick and roll, try to go pick and roll. Back up top, here's Ramirez. They're working around the horn left side to David Mendez. Mendez around the screen. Give and go. That time, good job by Dylan Duff anticipating the pass. And Cimarron with the first turnover. Here's Alex Trango on the other, and his layup, he misses it badly. And here's Cimarron back the other way with Copper. We're tied at 2. We've played nearly 3 minutes. Copper will take it all the way. Hangs and fades over. And then Scott City cannot collect the rebound as he shot that over Sage Steckline. Scott City fought for the rebound. 5:08 to go first quarter. We're tied at 2. And as Cimarron to inbound it in with Copper looking to find a cutter in, finds Miguel Ramirez right wing, guarded by Rumford. Now up top it goes to Trent Briggs. Briggs guarded by Ruelas. Will drive to his left. Now kicks it left corner to Ramirez. Back up top now to Hedelston. They work it left side to Briggs. Briggs will penetrate. Up top to Copper for a 3 around a screen, and it bounces in. He has all 5 of Cimarron points, 5-2, 4:46 to go first quarter. Scott City back the other way. Here's a layup, and that crawls in for Alex Tarango, 5-4 with 4:39 to go first quarter. So good answer back for Scott City, but they trail by 1. We're at the 4.5-minute mark of the opening frame. Ramirez with it. Now goes to Trent Briggs. Briggs with it. Now backing his way. Spin move by Ramirez. Up top it goes to Hedelston. They work it to Copper. Guarded by Trango with 4:18 to work first quarter. Scott City down by 1 here early on. 5-4 driving in as Copper splits the defenders and lays it up. And that bounces in. He has all 7 of Cimarron's points. 4:09 to go first quarter, and Scott City back down 7-4. As you can tell, Copper has all their offense, or all their points so far. Halfway through this first quarter, he's a big chunk of their offense. And a foul in the backcourt. Now, first foul of the game at the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Foul charge to Trent Briggs. Cimarron, 3 of 6 shooting, 3 of 4 is Copper. Scott City just 2 of 5 is in for the first time. It's going to be Juan Arana, a 5'8 senior, to replace Miguel Ramirez. Exactly 4 minutes here in the first. A 7-4 Cimarron lead in Scott City basketball. A front court to Alex Tarango. Now they try to get it into Rumford. He will catch it, but he's going to be called for a walk, and that'll be Scott City's second turnover. Not a good start here for the Beavers. And Cimarron will inbound it up 7-4 with 3:50 to go first quarter. This has vibes of the last meeting they played here. Cimarron had the early start, but then Scott City had the last laugh. Let's hope that happens here again this year. Copper with it, left corner. Here's a 3, and that is well short. Steckline couldn't get it. That was put up in the left corner. Now Eloy Ruelas. Here's Alex Tarango. He'll flip it to Jackson Rumford. Fumbles it, but picks it up and scores it. Rumford with his first basket, 7-6. 3:30 to go first quarter. And here's Cimarron with the ball with a 1-point lead, and they will travel with it. And that is their second turnover. Is Brooks Bailey in for Scott City. He'll replace Dylan Duff. Still no Avery Knoll tonight. No Cam DeVolgamore, but they may be closer to coming back. We'll see. Scott City an opportunity to take the first lead of the night, down by 1 here. At 7-6 with 3:20 to go first quarter. With it is Eloy Ruelas. Will stop and go, dribbles between the legs, looking for a cutter, finds Rumford up top. Rumford trying to get it in Steckline, but can't. Ball deflected, but picked up by Tarango, who spins. He'll drive left, pull up for the lead. Yes! Tarango with 4, and Scott City has their first lead of the night at 8-7 with 3 minutes to go first quarter of play. So Scott City with a little 4-run for their first lead of the night. Here with 2:55 to work here in the first quarter. 2:50 to work. Now left side, driving in, here's David Mendez. Underneath, backside shot, left short that time by Hedelston. And Jackson Rumford collects the board for Scott City. Beavers are up by 1 with the ball with 2:38 here in the first at 8-7. Ruelas used up his dribble, almost stolen away. Now Rumford will stop. Nice pass into Steckline. Hey, shoots. Can't get it to go, but he's got 2 free throws coming up. Cimarron's second foul of the quarter. Got to be on Trace Copper, and a mismatch there against the 6'6 Steckline, who is 6 of 14 at the line this year. Scott City team has had their struggles at times, just 58%. But he knocks that one down, line drives it home to make it 9-7. Cade Sunday, 6'2 sophomore in, as Coy Vance is in for Scott City to replace Eloy Ruelas. And checking out was Heddleston. The second free throw also perfect, and Scott City on a 6-0 run to go up 10-7 with 2.5 to go here in the opening period. Cimarron with the ball. Copper trying to get underneath to Sunday. He'll put it off the glass for two. That'll end the Scott City 6-0 run, 10-9 with 2:20 to go first quarter. And now with it is Sage Steckline to Brooks Bailey, front court to Jackson Rumford in the front court with 2:10 to go in the period. Beavers hanging on to a 1-point lead with the ball, 10-9. Alex Triangle left corner to Coy Vance. Vance will drive the left baseline. He'll take it all the way, dish it right side. Now the Steckline ball fake. He'll drive in, pull up in the paint, gets the jumper to go. He has 6, and it's 12-9 with 1:57 to go first quarter. Coach calls him just a smart player, and he almost committed the foul in the backcourt. Now with 1:48 to go, here's Copper taking it all the way right side, a 3 for the tie. No, rebound. Jackson Rumford collects the second board for Scott City. And down the floor it goes to Vance, and there's a collision. And who are they going to get that? Oh, they're going to get that on Coy Vance. My goodness, that's a ridiculous call. Whatever. Vance's first foul, team's first. Turnover to Cimarron with 1:38 to go first quarter. Unbelievable.
Excuse me, that is the first team foul.
No comment. 1:38 to go first quarter. Inbound into Juan Arona. And now here's Cimarron with it, going left to right with Trace Copper. 12-9 Scott City lead. He'll go by one blow by, layup good. He has 9. 12-11. 1:25 to go first quarter. Cimarron sets up in a full court press, and now Steckline, there's a foul on Miguel Ramirez. That's his first, team's third. Eloy will also check back in. He will replace Alex Tarango. Also in for Cimarron will be Logan Heddleston. He'll be in for Juan Arona. Scott City's lead is at 1 with 1:21 here in the first. Steckline with it as he takes in the front court, and he tried to cross over dribble, and Copper pickpockets him. Turnover number 4. Copper will hang, shoot, right side, banked it in, and Cimarron back on top, 13-12 to 1:10 to go first quarter. Cimarron has cashed in on a couple of Scott City turnovers, lobbed to Rumford. He'll bank it in on the other end, and Scott City leads it right back, 14-13 with the final minute of this first quarter. Third lead change here in this opening period. Beavers have led by as many as 3, so has Cimarron. The Blue Jays with it back the other way with 50 seconds to go. Bonfik now driving in. Here's Trent Briggs. He'll miss the layup. A lot of contact underneath. Cimarron wanted to foul. They don't get it. Here comes Coy Vance back the other way. He'll hang, shoot. Big roll layup. No. And the rebound to Miguel Ramirez. The thing's getting a little sloppy here as of late here with 34 seconds and a whistle and a push out high. And that might have been a little bit of a frustration foul on Coy Vance. That's his second. Scott City's second team foul. He'll check out, and Duff will check back in. With 34.2 to go first quarter. Back in for Cimarron will be David Mendez to replace Trace Copper. He'll get a 34-second break plus the first quarter timeout. Cimarron's ball. Scott City up by 1. 14-13. Been a high shootout here in this first quarter. Cimarron getting a lot of high percentage shots, and a jump stop. That was maybe a walk. Getting in there. Now ball lost, but picked up by Briggs. He'll shoot over Bailey. Can't get it to go. Rebound Cimarron. Heddleston and another crack for the Blue Jays. With 14 seconds, a stop and a pop 3 for the tie. It's short, and the rebound to Sage Steckline. That was put up by Mendez, and Steckline with the second board. Here with 5 seconds, 4. Here's Bailey trying to lob it to Rumford. Deflected, picked up by Duff. He'll fire a 3. Oh, nope. And that'll be the end of your first quarter. 14-13. Cimarron hanging in here with Scott City as the Beavers are only up by 1 as we head to the second quarter. We'll come back after this 1-minute break. This is Beaver basketball.
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
Second quarter set to begin. It'll be Cimarron basketball, the 14-13 lead for Scott City. The Beavers 6 of 11 from the floor. Same with Cimarron. The difference right now is Cimarron's hit 1 3, Scott City 2 of 2 at the line. Beavers were led by Sage Steckline with 6, Alex Trango, Jackson Rumford 4, Trace Copper at 11 of their 13 first quarter points. With the left side, here is Trace Coppers. He's back in, wanted to take the three, but quickly guarded. Now up top between the rings to David Mendez. Swinging around right wing to Miguel Ramirez. Ramirez uses up his dribble. Now foul line. Here's Sunday for the jumper. Oh, it hits the lip of the rim and bounces in, and Cimarron back on top. 15-14, 7:31 to go first half. Scott City back down by 1, and they almost throw it away. And now bounce pass into the front court. Here's Alex Trango with it. Skip pass is laid on that, but knocked out by Cimarron. Cimarron recovered on defense. They have the 1-point lead here, 15-14. This is a 1-3 Blue Jay team, but giving Scott City fits here, and the Beavers down by 1 here in the first possession for them here in the quarter. Despite the hot shooting, Scott City did have 4 turnovers. Duff with it up top, finds a cutting Jackson Rumford back in his way, spin move, lay up. Oh, it crawled off, tipped to Duff, back to Rumford. He'll get another crack at it, miss it wide left, and the rebound to Heddleston for Cimarron. 2 missed bunnies that time with the block for Scott City, and now on the other end, Copper will bank one home. He has 17-14, 1 minute into this second quarter. And Cimarron continues their hot shooting. They're 8 of 13, Scott City 6 of 13. Both teams have had a lead no bigger than 3 this half. Up top to Tarango, left side to Steckline. They'll get it back into Rumford. Catches a nice cut. Here's Tarango. He'll lay it up and score it. Good ball movement by Scott City. Tarango has a half dozen. Back to 1-point game with 6:34 to go first half. That's 16 for Cimarron. Copper, who has 13 points. Sunday off the bench with the other 4 for the Blue Jays. And Scott City now in a zone here. They'll lob it to the elbow right. And then now to Sunday for a left elbow jumper. He was off to the right on that one, and the rebound, Sage Steckline, his 3rd board of the half. Scott City with 1 offensive rebound here as Steckline hits a poke from behind, and now it's loose, and they get the steal and a timeout. It's a 30-second break here with 6:08 to go first half. Scott City commits turnover number 5 as they poked it away from behind on Steckline, and the Beavers are down by 1, and Cimarron with the ball back at 17-16. Basketball presented by Pokey Feeders, Platinum Age Insurance, Plain Jan's, New Life Market, and Order Supply, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Midwest Mixer, Metzger Appraisals, and Metzger Family Farms, McCarty Family Farms, Low Tree Farms and Livestock. Also, Lebanon Lawn and Tree Jackson Legal Group, JF Beaver Advertising, J&R Trucking, and J&R Car and Truck. So the Beavers are down by 1 here early in the second quarter with 6:08 at 17-16. Cimarron scored the first 4 points of the quarter. Scott City lone basket coming from Alex Tarango, but as much as Scott City is the favorite here tonight, Cimarron trying to play spoiler here. Their first home game of the year, Scott City's second road game. And right now the Blue Jays have come out and played pretty good here in this first half. Have forced 5 Scott City turnovers. We're 2 minutes in. Copper, he has 13 of their 17 points, and Scott City will force a turnover. That's just the 3rd for the Blue Jays. And Rumford with the dribble, lost him momentarily, picks it back up as he takes it in the front court. He'll stop, finds Duff, and now up top to Tarango, open for a 3. Oh, that crawls off. Scott City 0 for 2 on 3s here in this half, and the rebound to Cimarron. They have a 1-point lead in the ball. That was a good look for Tarango out high. And now with it up top is Copper. Right corner goes to Miguel Ramirez, now up top to David Mendez. All miscommunication, but Cimarron will save it into the hands of Trace Copper. Looked like he was going to go right to the Scott City assistant coaches. He'll step back and miss the 3, and the rebound tracked down by Dylan Duff for Scott City. Lead is at 1 for Cimarron, 5:15 to work. Here's Ruelas into Rumford, catches it, gets a strip, trying to drive in, and it's turnover number 6. 5 minutes to go first half. And you can see a displeased Coach Gentry on the bench right now. Scott City may be forcing things too much. They're going to get a push on Dylan Duff. That'll be his first. First foul of the second quarter on Scott City with 4:57 to go second period. And Cimarron will sub in Juan Arona to replace Miguel Ramirez. But right now, Cimarron dictating the pace, the tempo, and they lead by 1. Scott City not taking care of the basketball at times here in this first half, down 17-16. Cimarron's pretty much had the lead throughout here. They haven't scored in 2 minutes, but Scott City has had a couple of chances. And we're down to 4:48 to go second quarter. Left side over to Juan Arona. Back up top, it'll go to Trace Copper. He has 13 of their 17. Sonde with the other 4. He's on the bench right now, but Copper trying to find his way in. He'll go around Trango and lay it up for his 15th point. 19-16, 4:33 to go first half, and Copper has 15 of their 19 points, and Scott City has really had no answer for him in this first half with 4:25 to go. Now a trap, but Duff with it. Now it's pass deflected, trying to get it to Steck line. .421 to go first half. Scott City down 3, 19-16. Up top to Duff. Now they get it to Rumford toward the left block. Looking for a cutter is Rumford. He'll find Eloy Relis. He'll drive in, dish it right side to Alex Trango. Turns down the 3. Trying to get it in Rumford, and it's thrown away in a turnover. A little bit of too strong a pass. Had the right idea of getting it to him, but maybe put a little bit too much on that one, and a Scott City turnover, their 7th of the half. Miguel Ramirez in to replace David Mendez for Cimarron, who has a 3-point lead in the ball back. As Scott City's going to apply some full court pressure here with 4:10 to go first half. The Beavers on about a 2.5-minute scoring drought as well, and only 2 points in this quarter. They led by 1 after the first and have not led since then. Scott City was 6 of 8 points, and Copper breaks the press, pulls up the foul line, and he'll throw it away, trying to get it to a cutter to the basket, and Juan Arona, and that'll be turnover number 4. 4:03 second quarter. Cimarron 19, Scott City 16. Duff to inbound it. We'll get it in to Eloy Ruelas. He'll travel the right sideline in the front court. Now to Alex Trango. Here's Steckline cutting it down, and he'll put one down for 2. He has 8, and it's 19-18. 3:54 to go first half. Scott City needs more of that when they break their press of Cimarron. Up top to Copper. He has 15 points of their 19 in the half. 3:40 to work second quarter. Miguel Ramirez with it. Around the screen, a pick and roll here, and a pull-up jumper for Heddleston is too strong. And the rebound backside to Sage Steckline, and almost thrown away there, but kept alive. Scott City with it down 1. Here's Trango. He'll pump fake and kick it behind him. Ruelas back up to Trango, now to Steckline, holds it. Cutting in to Rumford to the left block. Now left corner to Duff. He'll fire a 3 for the lead. The rainbow shot is down! He has his third 3, and Scott City's up by 2, 21-19 with 3:11 to go first half. And Brian Gentry wants a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Our 5th lead change, but a much-needed basket for the Beavers, who sink their first 3 of the night. Here with 3:11 to go first half at 21-19. Basketball also presented here tonight by Great Western Tire and Deckmart Furniture and Appliances. Also good anesthesia and pain management services. Electric Fro Ag Service, Fro Heating and Cooling, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker, First National Bank, and Fairleigh Company. So the Beavers get a much-needed 3 there to go up by 2 with 3:11 to go first half, and it's a 5-0 run for Scott City here in the last 30 or 40 seconds here to go up 21-19. And Scott City's first 3 of the night. The Beavers have had 4 players score here. They're led by Sage Steckline with 8, Alex Trango with 6. For Cimarron, it's been 17 for Trace Copper and the other 4 for Cade Sonde here. The 3:11 mark of the first half, and then almost forcing a turnover is Duff off the inbounds. With it now is Briggs, and he'll be fouled by Duff. That is going to be his second and the team's second of the quarter. Cimarron is yet to commit a foul this period, as it'll be Brooks Bailey checking in for Duff, and he just pretty much put his hands on him, and that was an easy call there for the official. They'll get it in here to Trace Copper. He'll pull up at the foul line right wing, and a 3 on the way for the lead back. Too strong for Miguel Ramirez. Eloy Ruelas with the board. Scott City up by 1 of the ball. 2:55. Rumford flips it over, and that's going to be a charge. After Rumford flipped it to right side to Tarango. Heddleston flops and gets the foul on Rumford as first. Team's third of the quarter, and Scott City commits the turnover after being up by 2. And so Scott City's struggles continue here in this first half with 2:50 to go. Cimarron has yet to commit a foul this quarter, and losing dribble, picking him back up. Back up top, it'll go to Miguel Ramirez. Scott City up by 2, and now give and go is poked away by Scott City. Cimarron's 5th turnover. Rumford with it as the Beavers are only up 21-19 with 2.5 to go first half. Dribbles it into the front court to avoid the 10 count with the ball up top. Left side it goes to Eloy Ruelas. Alex Tarango with a lob into Steckline, left block, power dribble. Gets hacked and no foul called, and a turnover. Good grief, you can hear the slap up here and then did not call the foul. 2:16 to go first half. Copper pull-up jumper for the tie. No. Rebound tipped around, and Cimarron has another crack at it. Copper with it after the tip out that time by Briggs. With it up top, it's Cade Sonde. Now goes high right to Briggs. 2 minutes to go first half. 2-point Scott City leads Cimarron ball 21-19. And now goes elbow right. Sonde pivots. Flips it out right to Copper. Holds it. 21-19. Give and go deflected and good. Oh, but right in the hands of the Logan Heddleston, and he scores it off the glass to tie it at 21 with 1:43 to go. Scott City defended it well, but did not retrieve the ball back. Minute 35 to go. Tarango needs help in the corner, and he'll throw it away. And the turnover for Scott City is their 9th of the half. Make it the 10th. As Coach Brian Gentry going deeper to his bench for Avery Radke to replace Alex Tarango. And Cimarron with a chance to reclaim the lead with a minute 33 to go second quarter at 21-19. I have a feeling this is not going to be a good halftime speech in Scott City's locker room. But give credit to Cimarron. They've come out and played here tonight, despite being 1-3, and Scott City 4-0. Now driving left, and the layup is off to the right for Heddleston. Rebound, and Heddleston is down in transition, but he comes back up. Now jump stop, and Eloy Ruelas goes up, and they finally call a foul on Cimarron. That'll be on Miguel Ramirez, his second, team's first of the quarter, with 1:11 to go first half. And 2 free throws coming up here for Eloy Ruelas. So Ramirez has 2 of their 4 fouls the entire first half. Ruelas at the line for 2 free throws and is short on the first. Minute 11 to go second quarter. All right, we're back. We apologize. We kept getting disconnected internet here, I guess. But Ruelas misses one. Rumford with the rebound. He'll go up. He will not score it, and that's just the summary of this first half. Scott City, man, cannot get that put back after Eloy Ruelas picked up missed 2 free throws there by Ruelas. But Rumford at the line for 2. He has 4 points, looking for his first points of the quarter. That foul, by the way, on Trent Briggs is second. And Rumford breaks the 21 all time. 1:09 to go first half. Juan Arona back in, but Trent Briggs with 2, Miguel Ramirez with 2. Scott City up by 1 here with 69 first half seconds remaining, and up 2 as Rumford sinks them both. He is now 14 of 22, north of 65%, 23-21. Scott City with a 2-point lead. Minute 4 to go, second quarter. Left corner to Juan Arona. He'll track it down out high after it's deflected. Now left side to Sonde. Sonde goes back up top. With it now is David Mendez to right side over to Juan Arona. And working around the perimeter left to David Mendez. Mendez will pull up inside the 3-point arc, needs help. 40 seconds to go first half. Now up high, and now pull-up jumper for 2 is off to the left. Rebound, Brooks Bailey for Scott City after Arona misses that one. Scott City with a 2-point lead in the ball. Final 28 seconds into Rumford, power dribble. Goes his right hook shot. Oh, it rims off. Golly. How many points has Scott City missed at the right at the rim here tonight in this first half? And Cimarron with a chance to tie it or take the lead. Copper with it with 15 seconds. The Beavers do have a foul to give here with 10 seconds to go, and now they lose the ball, but pick it back. That should have been over and back almost. And now almost stolen away. Left 6 seconds with it is Juan Arona. 4 seconds, 3. 2 seconds, firing up a desperation 3. Almost banked in after it hit the top of the backboard. And Scott City Was very close to be trailing by one at the break. Instead, they're up by 2 at intermission at 23-21. Halftime show to begin after this 3-minute break. This is Scott City basketball.
The world needs more farmers. People who know the land. People who support rural communities. People who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm. We are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and part staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides new and used vehicles. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet and GMC dealership in Scott City.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 controls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
School, the Beavers led 13-12 after, or 14-13 after one, then outscored the Cimarron 9-8 in that second quarter to open up a little bit of a bigger lead, but not much, at 23-21. It's not been the shooting. Scott City's been getting some good shots that just haven't been falling. It's been some of the costly turnovers, some of the ones that you don't see, and they've been good at times on defense and not at the right place at the right time. They've had 10 turnovers in the first half. Scott City led in the first half, 8 for Sage Steckline, Alex Tarango, Jackson Rumford, each with 6, and Dylan Duff with a 3-pointer in that first half for the Beavers. They didn't shoot the ball terrible in that first half. They did have 5 fouls, but as I mentioned, 10 turnovers in that first half. That was big. 4 steals, and they were good on the glass there. They had 11 total rebounds in that first half, 9 on the defensive side. For Cimarron, it was Trace Copper with 15 of their 21 points. 4 off the bench for Cade Sonde, the sophomore, and then 2 for Logan Heddleston. But the Blue Jays, they had just 5 turnovers in the first half and 4 steals. They had a total of 9 rebounds, 7 on the defensive side. And they cut the turnovers down. Scott City had some turnovers that have been kind of uncharacteristic at times, but times they're just trying to force things as well, and that's what has caused them to only have a 2-point lead here at the break at 23-21. And we'll take another 3-minute break, come back with some more first half stats. This is Beaver basketball.
At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart...
At halftime, 23-21. Beavers up by 2 at the break over Scott City. As we take a look at some of the first half stats here for Cimarron, or for Scott City rather, they didn't shoot the ball too bad. I think they'll take it at 9 of 18 in the first half. They were 8 of 15 on 2-point baskets, 1 of 3 on threes, and 4 of 6 from the foul line. So they've been good in those facets there of getting the foul line, even though they're 4 of 6, 1 of 3 on threes, but 50% shooting. For Cimarron, they're 10 of 26 for 38% in the first half. 1 of 6 on threes, 9 of 20 on 2-point baskets. They have not attempted a free throw. Both teams suffering a little foul trouble. Dylan Duff and Coy Vance each with 2 fouls for Scott City. For Cimarron, it was Trent Briggs with 2 and Miguel Ramirez with 2. Scott City will be at home against Colby on Friday night, at Goodland on Tuesday. Cimarron will have their pre-Christmas schedule wrap up on Friday night at Hugoton. Speaking of Colby, early in the fourth quarter, in a low-scoring affair in Colby at the Colby Event Center, it is 27-22, Colby leading Holcomb. Maybe a little bit of a surprise there, as Colby with the lead by 5. Colby comes in at 2-1, and Holcomb at 4-0, on the year. Here it's 23-21 Scott City, but the Beavers need to do a better job taking care of the ball. They had 10 turnovers. Cimarron had just 5 in that first half. That's really part of the story, but It'll be Scott City's ball to begin the third 8 minutes of play as the Beavers using their full allotment of the halftime break in their huddle. Cimarron already ready to go in this second half as they have Trace Copper, also Trent Briggs, David Mendez, Miguel Ramirez, and Logan Heddleston. For Scott City, it's Alex Tarango, Eloy Ruelas, Jackson Rumford, Sage Steckline, and Dylan Duff. So here we are with this third quarter officially underway. Beavers with the ball in their first possession of the half. Up top to Eloy Ruelas. He'll drive right side, backside to Steckline. Pump fakes, goes up and scores it. And Scott City with their largest lead of 4 with 7:42 to go. Steckline in double figures for the third time in 4 games this year. He has a team-high 10. Here's Copper weaving his way through traffic. Gives a forearm shove to the face, and then he loses the dribble out of bounds. 6th turnover as Duff takes the brunt of that. To the face of the forearm by Copper. Wasn't intentional, just kind of one of those wrong place at the right time, wrong time if you're Duff. But the Beavers, though, with the ball back up by 4 early part of this third quarter. They cut Steckline, catches it, power dribble. Oh, my goodness. That's a flop among flops that time by Trent Briggs. Steckline with the foul is first. You've got to be kidding me. You could see that flop coming from clear up top. My goodness. And Steckline with his team's first of the half. It's Copper trying to inbound it. Does so to avoid the 5 count to Miguel Ramirez. Holy cow. That official bought the sell. 7:11 to go third quarter. With it is Trent Briggs. Looking to drive in. Is cut off up top now to David Mendez. And now to Miguel Ramirez. Ramirez stops inside the 3-point arc. And now right side or left side to Mendez. Looking to drive in. Right side over to Miguel Ramirez for a 3. And that's good. And it's a 1-point game. 6:51 to go third quarter. Ramirez's first 3 of the night. Cimarron second. They're back to within 1. 6:40 to work third quarter. Steckline uses up his dribble, almost walked with it. Finds Jackson Rumford to save the possession and a whistle. Jiminy Christmas. They call him with a travel. That's back-to-back turnovers on Scott City. You get 2 steps, but whatever. Back-to-back Scott City turnovers. And Cimarron can take the lead back with 6:38 to go third quarter. 25-24, Scott City hanging on to 1-point lead. Copper with it. Goes around Alex Tarango into the front court. Now right side driving in. Here's a shot off the glass, and Cimarron leads at Mendez with Bears basket. Cimarron 5 quick points, 26-25. 6:24 to go third quarter. 6th lead change of the night. Alex Tarango with it. He'll take it into the front court. He'll pull up left wing, and the ball deflected up top and a turnover. 3rd straight Scott City turnover. That time was not a clean pass, and in transition, shot up and in. It's a 7-0 run in the 5th of the half. And 2 free throws coming up here for Alex Tarango, who is 60% on the year, has 6 points tonight, trying to break the Cimarron 5-0 run, and that one, of course, goes in and out. Second free throw coming here with 5:36 to go in the third. Cimarron up by 5, 30-25 on a 9-0 run, and Tarango hits 1 out of 2. He has 7. And in for the first time for Cimarron is Colby Wilson, a sophomore. The Beavers down by 4 after they led by 4. It's a 9-1 run. Here after Scott City had a 4-point lead in transition, layup good. Heddleston with it. Cimarron is a perfect 5 for 5 from the floor as they lead 32-26 with 5:23 to go third quarter. They've done this they've scored 11 points over the last minute and a half. Here's Rumford cutting the basket. His layup is good for 2. He has 8, 32-28, 5:11 to go third period. First field goal in a couple minutes for Scott City, but they are trailing by 4 at the 5-minute mark of this third quarter. The Beavers need to start turning it up on defense some more. With it is Colby Wilson out high. Didn't get the call, did Scott City. There's a poke away and a steal. Good job by Tarango. Here's Eloy Ruelas taking it out of the way. He'll lay it up and leave it short. Scott City's left so many shots short at the rim tonight, and they miss an opportunity there to pull it within 2, and Cimarron back the other way. 4:41 to go third quarter. 32-28, Cimarron with the lead of the ball. With it is Trace Copper up top. Cimarron is a perfect 5 for 5 to begin this third quarter from the field. Right wing it goes. Here's a 3, and there's 6 for 6. Miguel Ramirez, timeout, a 30-second timeout, 35-28, 4:25 to go third quarter. Cimarron has a perfect 6 for 6 from the floor to begin this third quarter. And they have a 35-28 lead on a 14-5 run in this third period, and they burn a 30-second timeout. Basketball brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Huenberta Benz, DeKalb Bayer, Clint's Diesel Repair, Shells, Flyers, and more, Brickover Cattle Company, Burning Farms Beef Belt, Beavertown FFL, Bartlett Grain, B&H Paving, and American Implement. This is kind of a reality check time for Scott City. Down by 7 with 4:25 here in the third to Cimarron, who's come out with a 14-5 run here in the first 3.5 minutes of this second half. They're a perfect 6 for 6 from the floor, and they've drained a couple of threes along the way. You got to think after a while that's got to cool down for them, but Scott City needs to step it up on the defense. They had 4 turnovers in a row. 3 of those really enabled their run. A couple of them were kind of questionable calls against Scott City, but still you got to play on. And now a 5th turnover in the quarter, 15th of the game for Scott City as Copper steals it from behind. He's got the ball. 4:13 to go third quarter. With the driving in is Copper. His floater short, but the rebound to Sage Steckline for Scott City. And a whistle and a hack on Heddleston. That's his first. Team second of the quarter with 4:04 to go third. Good job by Steckline, just kind of holding his own there. And it's going to be Brooks Bailey replacing Eloy Ruelas. But Cimarron will apply full court pressure, up 7 midway third quarter. Inbound into Brooks Bailey. Holds it. Now we'll dribble it left sideline as he'll take it into the front court. Bounce pass to Sage Steckline. Looking for a cutter, and there's Rumford with it. Back out high to Steckline. Ball fake. He may have gotten away with the walk. Trying to pass over the top of a turnover. You got to fake the pass up high, go low with the pass. And Scott City, or Cimarron, is taking advantage of those. 3:40 to go third quarter at 35-28. Good idea by Steckline, but just not well on the execution. Right side out high with it is Colby Wilson, who's been called upon here in this third quarter by Coach Chris Chilton. Cimarron has only beaten Scott City 1 time in their series history. That was in Scott City a few years ago in a 1-point game. 3:20 to go third quarter. Right side to David Mendez. Guarded by Bailey around the screen, and Cimarron's just going to pull it out here. They've got the 7-point lead in the ball with 3:12 to go third quarter at 35-28. Mendez loses the ball and now picks it back up. Now up top it'll go to Colby Wilson. Scott City wanted to travel, did not get it. Scott City can't get a break here tonight. With it is Trace Copper, pivots around Tarango. He's going to drive in. Dish it left corner, open for a 3, and that's short rebound. Rumford hits the deck and saved it into play. Here's Alex Tarango. He'll take it all the way. He'll lane shoot, and it draws a blocking foul. Rumford about hit the deck and almost called a timeout along the way. That's going to be on Miguel Ramirez, his third, with 2:44 to go in the third. Alex Tarango, who's 1 out of 2 earlier in the line, has 2 more free throws. Scott City 5 of 8 from the line tonight. Free throw is good. 35-29. 2:44 to go third quarter. Sunday and also Wanarona back in for Cimarron to replace Miguel Ramirez and also David Mendez. 35-29 Blue Jay lead here. 2:44 to go third quarter. Tarango sinks them both. He has 9. 35-30. Scott City back to within 5, and they'll pick him up in a man-to-man half-court pressure. 2.5 to go third quarter. Copper with it up top. Goes around the screen. Pick and roll for Sonde. Almost stolen away now. He uses up a dribble back to Copper up top. Rumford guarding him with 2:20 to go the third. 35-30. Scott City down by 5. Cimarron went on a 14-5 run. They lead here in this third by 5. Here's Dish underneath. Lost, but picked up in Bailey with the steal, and that's going to be a foul. And then Bailey, in a little frustration, and Heddleston almost tangle there. And that'll be team foul number 4 on the Blue Jays this quarter. And that is Heddleston's second. Scott City very lucky they didn't get hit for a technical, but good defensive play by Brooks Bailey. Just a little retaliation there in the heat of the moment. Tarango with it with 2:09 to go third quarter, and then gets it poked away through a double team, and then they'll get Cimarron for over and back, and the Beavers dodge one there, but they have turned the ball over 17 times tonight. Eloy Ruelas in, replace Alex Tarango here with 2:06 to go. Scott City with a chance to pull even closer, down right now 35-30. They get it into Jackson Rumford, who holds it out high. Up top it goes to Sage Steckline. Steckline looking for a cutter, finds Ruelas left side. He'll take the open triple. Oh no, rebound Bailey. They'll say Cimarron the last to touch it, as Bailey almost got fouled over the back by Hiddleston. I thought at first they're going to call that out on Bailey, but they did not. And back in will be David Mendez. He'll replace Colby Wilson, who played some big minutes for the Blue Jays. Cimarron up by 5 with 1:54 in the third. Scott City needs to start hitting their shots. Lob in, catching it. Rumford, he mishandled it, and it's a turnover. Oh, no. They're going to give the ball back to Scott City. So a break for the Beavers on that one. And that might have been last touched by Rumford, to be honest. The Steckline exits the game, and back in is Coy Vance. Inbound into Jackson Rumford, up top to Duff, and now to Bailey. Right side to Coy Vance. Trying to lob it into Rumford, catches it. He'll look to drive in on Sunday, does so. Pivot, spin move. Pivots, little scoop shot. Yes, it'll crawl in. He has 10, and it's a three-point game with 1:33 to go third quarter at 35-32. So Scott City with the last 4 in the ball game after Cimarron is up by 7. 35-32, minute 20 to go third quarter. Copper, dribble between the legs, layup, no. Rebound, Jackson Rumford. That one was left off to left. Rumford grabs another board, his 6th of the night. Scott City with the ball, down 3 with a minute 12 here in the third. Cimarron has not scored in the last 3 minutes, and Ruelas for the tie. No rebound, Copper for Cimarron. Here they come, up by 3. Final minute, Copper trying to go coast to coast, does so. Blocked by Bailey, and they're going to get a foul on that. Gee whiz. And then we get a technical foul underneath on Scott City. My goodness. We can't be frustrated. Minute 1 to go third quarter, and Cimarron will get 2 free throws, 4 free throws actually in a row. And Copper will be at the line for all 4 of them, and he gets the first one to bounce in. His first point of the half, 36-32, 1:01 to go third quarter, so they get Bailey with a couple of fouls in a row, a personal foul and a technical foul. Copper misses the second, but he's got 2 more coming. And Scott City was just like that with 3 team fouls this half, and now Copper will get the technical fouls. That one rims in and out, and of course goes back home, makes it 37-32, 1:01 to go third quarter. But Scott City needs to keep their composure here. Free throw number 2 is rimming in and out. He only hits 2 out of 4. Those are the first free throw attempts of the night for Cimarron, who's back up by 5 with a minute 1 to go third quarter at 37-32, and they'll get the ball back. Scott City needs to keep their composure here. As Avery Radke and Alex Tarango back in for Scott City, as Brooks Bailey and Eloy Ruelas exit. Final minute of this third quarter. Inbound into the backcourt. Cimarron with a 5-point lead in the ball, 35-32. Copper will take it across. Cimarron has never beaten Scott City in this building and almost throw it away. Hiddleston with it, guarded by Vance. Now cutting it Sunday. Almost walked with it. Good defense by Rumford. Almost a 5 count. They get it out to Arona. 40 seconds to work third quarter. Arona looking to penetrate. Goes left side. Here is David Mendez with it. His deep 2 jumper is short. And the rebound to Jackson Rumford for Scott City. Beavers with a good defensive stop. Down by 5 with under 30 to go third quarter. With it is Tarango, need to get it across. They do with the pass to Jackson Rumford. Back to Tarango. 20 seconds to go third quarter. Up top to Coy Vance. Fumbles it and picks it back up. Now to get it Rumford mid-post left. He'll back his way in, spin move, splits the defenders, and puts it off the glass for his 12-point. 37-34, 10 seconds to go third quarter. Cimarron with the ball. 5 seconds to go with it. Mendez loses it but picks it back up, and he traveled with it with 2 seconds to go. Turnover number 9 on Cimarron. Scott City with a chance to pull to within 1 or tie it at the end of the third quarter. And all of a sudden, the Scott City students, mainly the girls basketball team, making it loud. And Coach Brian Gentry is going to drop a 30-second timeout to drop a play. Beavers down 3 with 2 seconds to go third quarter. By the way, looks like Colby's going to end up knocking off Holcomb. They're up by 7 with 48 seconds to go in the ball game at Colby. And some of the Scott City students that were on the visitor side will join the girls basketball team behind the bench. A bunch of them, the boys that were sitting over at half court on the other sideline. And so that makes that contingent a little bit larger and probably a little bit louder. So 2 seconds here in the third quarter. Scott City down by 3. Cimarron with a 16-11 third quarter run. The Blue Jays have led by as many as 32-26 at 6. They'll get it into Coy Vance with 1 second. He'll fire up a 3 for the tie. Oh, just off to the left. And we'll head to the fourth quarter. The Beavers will be down by 3. It'll be Cimarron's ball with 8 minutes on the clock. 37-34 Cimarron lead. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
Supported by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, The Original Grande, Bullertson Family Dentistry, Volgamore Family Farms, Western State Bank, Wood River Energy, Scott Community Foundation, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services,
First National Bank of Scott City. One of the few places left that you could call today and speak with a person and be greeted at the door with a friendly face. Come see us at First National Bank, where you will feel at home. Let us help you with your banking needs, whether it be setting up a checking account, savings account, CD, or getting a loan for that new vehicle or home you have been dreaming about. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
On a 9-2 run to build up a 11-2 run to go up 32-26, actually 11-3 run. Scott City down by 3 here with 7:50 to go in this one. With it is Dylan Duff. Jackson Rumford at the foul line, extended jumper, short, rebound Cimarron. Had a good look at it. That was a good shot, and you'll take that. He is Scott City's leading scorer with 12. Sage Steckline with 10 and 9 for Alex Trango. Trace Copper has 17. He only had 2 in this quarter. Sonde with a deep 2. He knocks it down. He has 6, and it's 39-34. 7:28 to go in this one. Sunday with some 6 big points off the bench, and Sage Steckline with it. Underneath the Rumford, catches it, puts it up from point blank. He's got 14. 39-36, 7:16 to go, as Scott City will apply some full court pressure. With it is Logan Heddleston. Heddleston loses the dribble. A correction, that's Trent Briggs. Will go left, and ball deflected by Trango into the Cimarron student section as they tried to get it to Trace Copper. Still going to be Blue Jay ball here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Cimarron, as I mentioned, Copper with 17 of their now 39 points, but he had 15 in the first half. Inbound in left corner with it. Now entry feed to Sonde on Rumford, backing his way in, trying to bull his way in, puts up the tough shot over Rumford. He got it. 41-36 with 6:55 to go. And Sonde with 4 points in this quarter, 8 for the game. Here's as Cimarron continues their hot shooting in this second half. Right side to Duff. They'll get it back into Rumford. Catches it left corner to Trango. Reels it in up top to Steckline. Turns down the 3. Drives in. He'll just put up the mid-range jumper and bury it. He's got 12. 41-38, or 41-38, yeah, with 6:31 to go. And Scott City gets a steal. And then a foul on Trent Briggs. That's his 4th with 6:28 to go. Cimarron's first foul of the fourth quarter. The Beavers down 3 with the ball back. They haven't been able to get any closer than 3 for most of this second half. As with it is Eloy Ruelas, to triggered in right baseline to Rumford, up top to Tarango. Off a screen to Ruelas. Here's a 3 for the tie. Oh, rebound Jackson Rumford. He'll get it left corner. Steckline for the tie. Oh, that was halfway in and out. Scott City missing 2 looks that time, and Copper with the board. Boy, you couldn't get any better looks if you're the Beavers, and then Copper loses it. That should have been a walk. 6:10 to go. Now up top with it here Is Cimarron with a 3-point lead. Scott City just cannot get any closer than 3 here in this second half. And a whistle and a timeout for Cimarron. Coach Chris Chilton, he'll burn one of his 3 fulls left. 6 minutes to go in this one. Cimarron with the ball, 41-38 they lead. Back in a minute, this is Beaver basketball.
Go with the proven winner. I'm Michael Trout from State Farm in Scott City. When it comes to auto insurance, we score big with our policyholders. We score on competitive rates, on customer service, and on satisfaction and speedy claim handling. Let us quote your autos today and make you a part of the Trout State Farm team. Call or stop by Michael Trout State Farm and you can be assured of our personal best. Go with the winner, Michael Trout State Farm, Scott City.
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Out of the timeout, Scott City with a steal. Jackson Rumford misses the money, got his own rebound, and he's got 2 free throws coming. Scott City back to within 3, and they're at the line. 2 fouls on Cimarron this fourth quarter. 41-38 Blue Jays with 5:40 to go in the game. That foul was charged to Cade Sonde, his first. Rumford's free throw good. Makes it 41-39. 5:40 to go, and finally Scott City breaks that seal of being down at fewer than 3 points. Second free throw perfect. He has 16. He has 10 in this half. It's back to a 1-point game. 5:40 to go, 41-40. Scott City applying the full court pressure. Coppard bringing it into the front court. Now he slows it, and he probably got away the walk. Maybe he also could have drawn a foul on Duff easily as well. With it is Mendez up top. Coppard for a 3. That's short. Rebound. Ruelas had it lost. Picked up by Steckline for Scott City. The Beavers can take their first lead since early third quarter. Rumford brings it across here with 5:17 to go, and he throws it away. Trying to get in the corner to Eloy Ruelas. Scott City's 18th turnover of the night. And now double team. Here's Copper. He loses the ball. That went off of Copper. Now to bounce to Scott City. This one's getting interesting here with 5:07 to go. Beavers down 1 with the ball back and another chance to take the lead at 41-40. They get it into Jackson Rumford. Here's Sage Steckline for the 2. He'll throw down, and it's fouled! Oh, baby, what a play! 42-41 with 5:05 to go. Wow! Stickline delivering a poster and a lead for the Beavers. And that's the 4th foul on Miguel Ramirez with 5:05 to go. His free throw is good. And it's now 43-41. A 7-0 Scott City run over the last 90 seconds has given them a 2-point lead. To mention that was Mendez's 4th foul. Team foul number 3 on Cimarron this quarter. Beavers up by 2. Copper trying to get it in. He does so to Trent Briggs. 5 minutes to go. Beavers up 43-42 on a 7-0 run. Copper within the front court, guarded by Tarango. He'll drive in. Steps back. Goes right elbow to Hedleston. Now driving in, a pump fake. Stripped out of there by Scott City, and a steal and a turnover. Now to Duff. Good defense by the Beavers once again. Up by 2. 4:40 to go. 43-41. The Beavers need to keep their composure here. Up top right it goes to Tarango, now to Jackson Rumford. Rumford to hold it, will put it on the floor. He'll drive in. Split the defenders, gets a strip that went off of Copper. It might have looked like it went off of Rumford's leg at first, but the Beavers will keep the possession with 4:30 to go with a 2-point lead and inbound underneath their own basket at 43-41. Inbound into Tarango up top. from to Tarango from Ruelas. Now to Steckline. They'll get it into Rumford. He'll catch it. His jumper, no. Rebound, Cimarron with Briggs with it, and a whistle and a foul. They'll say after trying to tie it up was Tarango, but he was stepping on the side or baseline. 4:18 to go in this one. Scott City up 43-41. Trying to escape out of here and get to 5-0. So inbound, but Tarango saves it into play, and then Rua saves it into play to Tarango, puts it up for his 11th point. 45-41, 4:12 to go. Scott City with another big turnover. Copper will pull up over Steckline and miss it. Rebound, tipped, and Steckline has it. A lot of contact, and Copper has it, and they'll kick it up top with 4 minutes to go. Copper ripped it out of Steckline's hands for the board. Copper was 17. His runner for his 19th point crawls off and rebound Rumford. He's got a double-double, and then he's fouled. That'll be Copper's second and the team's fourth with 3:51 to go. Scott City is not led by more than 4 in this game. That was 20 points ago, 25-21. It's 45-41 with 3:51 to go. Cimarron to apply full court pressure off the inbounds. Tarango with it. Now to Eloy Ruelas. Scott City needs to start pushing it in the backcourt here a little bit. Rumford with it with 3:43 to go. He gets it across the 10-second line. Dribbles between the legs. Now to Sage Steckline. Oh, he missed a cutter. Now Rumford was wide open, but they throw it away. Turnover. Mistimed on that pass by Scott City. And then that's going to be a whistle and a traveling. Woo, my. That's a break for Scott City with 3:27 to go. It's been an intense game in this fourth quarter with both sides getting into it on the benches. And then Duff trying to get through around Copper. He runs through him, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. That's their first foul of the fourth quarter. 3:25 to go. And that's Duff's third foul. So Cimarron will get the ball on their end of the court, down by 4. Lob up top will go to Ramirez. Copper left wide open in the corner, and it's too strong for the 3. But the rebound, Briggs will go up, and he travels with it beforehand. Oh my, 16th Cimarron turnover. And the student sections have traded the chance. You can't do that. Back and forth in this second half. With 3:19 to go. Next foul on Cimarron to put Scott City to the line for the rest of the night. Bounce pass into Jackson Rumford. He'll shake off a defender. Now trying to bring it across. Guarded by Ramirez, excuse me. Now Tarango will get it across with 3:11 to go. Right side to Sage Steckline. Lobs it into Rumford. Touch pass. Ruelas pump fakes on the 3. Gets bumped. He'll drive in, and that'll be a charge. That was the right call on that one. No question. Ruelas with his first, team second, and Scott City with their 22nd turnover of the night. With 3:03 to go. Probably they let the physical play go, and then that shoulder lean in is what did it in. Scott City trying to fly full court pressure. Cimarron barely got it in to avoid a 5 count to Miguel Ramirez in the backcourt, guarded by Rumford. Under 3 to go. Scott City up by 4. Cimarron with the ball, 45-41. Copper with it out high left, or correction, that is Trent Briggs. And he gets it to Heddleston. Heddleston back up top with it is David Mendez. Mendez looks to drive in. He's cut off, drives in. Ball deflected, and a good defensive play by Ruelas and a turnover. Scott City with another turnover forced. That'll be the 16th, make that 17th by Cimarron tonight. With 2:35 to go is Duff into the front court. He goes up a dribble, finds Alex Tarango. He'll drive left side. Oh, he lost the dribble, but kept the ball. And Coach Brian Gentry wants a timeout, and a good timeout there. It's a full timeout here with 2:26 to go. We'll come back in a minute. Beavers up by 4. This is Scott City basketball.
Fro Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Faroe Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
872-5811.
Here on KSKL, Scott City, the Beaver ball out of the timeout with 2:26 to go. 45-41, Cimarron trailing Scott City. It's been a wild one here tonight. It's maybe a lot closer than what many people anticipated. The Beavers have 2 timeouts left, both full. Cimarron with 2 timeouts left, both full. Possession arrow favors the Beavers. 4 fouls on the Blue Jays this quarter. Scott City with 2. Inbound into Jackson Rumford. Holds it out high. 2:24 to go. Hand off to Eloy Ruelas. Ruelas will look to drive in. Steps back to the top of the key. Now goes right side to Sage Steckline. Right corner to Alex Trango. Catches it. Holding it. Wanting to feed it into Rumford, but doesn't. Lobs it out high left to Dylan Duff. 2:10 to go into Rumford. Drives left side. His bank shot. Yes, he's got it. He has 18. 47-41 with 2:04 to go. And Scott City on an 11-0 run. And almost lost by Mendez. He'll drive in. Here's a shot on the way, and that is good at the left elbow for Heddleston. His 8th, 47-43. Breaks a 5-minute drop for Cimarron, and they're back to within 4 of the minute. 49 to go. Overplay. Here comes Trango racing across, and he'll lose it in a turnover. 25th Scott City turnover. Here's Copper with it left side, turning down the 3, now stepping back and firing the 3, and missing it was going to be Miguel Ramirez. Rebound Duff, and now in the hands of Eloy Ruelas on the backside with 90 seconds to go. Scott City up by 4 of the ball, 47-43. Tarango with it. Right corner to Dylan Duff. Oh, there's a cut for Rumford. Drives in, pulls up, bank shot. Yes, he's got it again. 49-43, 1:17 to go, and Rumford with 20 points tonight. Minute 10 to go, 49 up top to Copper. And final minute of this one, Copper steps back, wanted to take the 3, but doesn't. Now to Miguel Ramirez. 49-43, Cimarron, and almost a forced turnover in the hands to Briggs. And now it's loose on the floor, picked up in a timeout. Will be burned by Cimarron to avoid a 3-second lane violation. They're down to 1 timeout with 53.4. Let's take a 30-second timeout. The Beavers up by 6. Coming back in 30 seconds, this is Beaver basketball. What do you want?
BBN is supported by Norder Supply, Lone Tree Farms, Pioneer Communications, Beaver Booster Club, White's Food Liner, Scott City Eye Center, Shells, Flowers, and more, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologists.
Transform your farms.
It's been an emotionally draining game for, I think, both fan bases here tonight, and maybe a little bit as well for both benches. But the Beavers are up by 6 with 53.4, trying to remain unbeaten here with a pretty big schedule coming up. 49-43, Cimarron has played their tails off here tonight, and Scott City trying to survive here on the road. The Beavers trailed 37-34 going into the 4th quarter. Scott City on a 13-2 run over the last almost 6 minutes of play. It's been a 15-6 run in this 4th quarter by Scott City after Cimarron went on a 16-11 3rd quarter run. It's going to be Cimarron ball out of the timeout. They're down to 1 left. More importantly, you just don't want to give up 3s here. There's a screen there for Miguel Ramirez, and now Copper will drive the right baseline, wraparound pass, and driving in. And it's stolen away by Eloy Ruelas and a turnover. He is trying to get it to Rumford. He does so with 42 seconds. Scott City needs to get it across here to avoid a 10 count. Cimarron trying to foul now. Ruelas trying to avoid the 10 count. Oh, and that's a 10 count and a turnover. Coach Brian Gentry wanted the timeout but does not get it. But it does burn off, well, at least 10 seconds. Turnover on Scott City. Cimarron's ball with 35.5 seconds, still at 49-43 Beavers. Copper trying to inbound it. Just gets it into Logan Heddleston to avoid the 5 count. And now up top to David Mendez with 30 seconds to go. Here's Copper. He's got a 3 on the way. Too strong. Rebound, Sage Steckline. And now Cimarron may need to think about fouling here with 20 seconds to go. Eloy else down the floor to Jackson Rumford. He'll drive in and miss the dunk. And the rebound goes to Cimarron with 15 seconds. Now Copper will drive in his floater. Good. 10 seconds to go. They'll burn a timeout with 9.3 to go. 49-45, the door's still open there with 9.3 to go, and Cimarron burns their final timeout with 9.3 to go. Rumford's missed dunk. Oh, that would have put the exclamation point on it. We'll keep it right here, but it's 49-45 and a 4-point swing there with 9.3 to go. And so the Beavers are up by 4 and 9.3 to go. And now Cimarron, if they cannot get a turnover, they need to just foul here. But if you're Scott City, you can play this wisely with Cimarron out of timeouts. Even with a steal and a put up, you don't want to commit the foul. If you can hold the ball with under 5 seconds underneath the basket, make either Cimarron foul you or just hold the ball and not inbound it, you come out of here with a victory. Scott City trying to remain undefeated on the year and get to 5-0, and their best start in 9 years. Cimarron 1-3, but playing much better than the record shows tonight. They've had a really rough schedule to begin the season, and this is their first home game of the year. They've will only have one game at home before the Christmas break, and it'll be Sage Steckline to inbound for Scott City with 9.3 to go. Scott City up by 4 at 49-45. They'll get it into Ruelas. Now to Steckline, who holds it. Cimarron needs to foul, and they do. They burn off 4 seconds there with 5.2, and Steckline, who turned this game around with the posterized dunk, gave Scott City the lead. And then it's Trent Briggs' 5th foul. He'll be dismissed with 5.2 to go. He went scoreless tonight. And in for him will be the big 6'2 sophomore, Cade Sunday. Steckline at the line for 2. He has 15 tonight. He hits 1, 2, or none. Well, he hits 1. It'll be a 2-possession game, 50-45, 5.2 to go. Scott City's been good at the line here in this 4th quarter, all by Steckline, or all in Rumford. And that free throw was good, 51-45. Inbound into Copper with 3 seconds. Just let him go all the way. Layup is going to be good at the end. It's going to make it 51-47, but his 21st point is not enough. Scott City holds him to 6 in the second half, and the Beavers escape out of here with a 4-point victory at 51-47. And the Beavers 5-0 on the year for the first time since the 2014-2015 year. Cimarron drops to 1-4. Big matchup with Colby coming up at home on Friday night. Post game to begin after this 3-minute break. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Great Western Tire is happy to be a part
with premium hybrids, robust data, and unparalleled expertise from Axis Seed Red Barn. We partner with you to customize a plan featuring industry-leading seed that matches your unique soil and growing conditions, helping you to farm differently and making your operation more profitable. Contact us at www.redbarn.ag to gain access to premium seed proven to outperform. And go Beavers!